You all right? I know I'm all right. We all right. Everything is all right. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Settle down. It's the Mad Church Disease Podcast. I'm your humble host and servant, Marcellus. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about. I had planned on talking about a whole lot of other things, but apparently there has just been a rambling in the force. There has been all kinds of shenanigans going on this here internet. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so very glad that it absolutely has nothing to do with me. You can't blame me for none of this. Oh, yes. I got a lot that I want to talk about tonight. And so y'all better strap in. And if you have to use a strap on for whatever case, you may use one. It's time for you to strap in tonight because we need to have us a real conversation. Let me and to Sugar Love, Pia, we don't put names in the chat here. I got a little bit of a different rule here, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete your comment. Not that I'm upset with you. We don't use names in my chat, okay? So just be careful of that, Pia. I love you, but I just want y'all to know that, and just keep in mind the rules still stand, ladies and gentlemen. I have opened the floodgates for everybody to come in. Moderators, everyone, please, be on your P's and Q's tonight. Wonder Twins, if you can let your powers activate, because I didn't close anybody out tonight because I have a lot that I want to say and a lot of things that I need to get off of my chest. Shout out to all of you that are in the chat. Shout out to all of the members, the saints, and the friends. It's too many of y'all for me to go down my list like I normally do. So just let me say shout out to Lottie Dottie and everybody because we likes to party. All right. So tonight we're going to get into some things and I'm going to take my time. I don't know if anybody's going to be my friend after this here live, but I just plan on getting some things off my chest, and I'm going to really go into some things on Friday night in our members only. I have a members only. I'm going to go ahead and schedule it tomorrow, so you all know I mean business when I tell you we're gonna really lay some things out in the membership live, since everybody's in their Patreon and everybody's in their private stuff talking all the smack that they want to talk. I want to go ahead and I'm gonna do that in my members only, but I'm gonna talk some smack out here in public before I go in my members only, because I need for you all to understand that I'm not neutral, and I'm true to it, and I sure ain't scared. If you all could do me the awesome favor tonight of hitting the like button. If you are new to my channel and you want to stay up on all things Mad Church Disease, please feel free to subscribe to the Mad Church Disease newsletter. This will keep you up to date on all things Mad Church Disease. The moderators, of course, will put a link down in the description for you below, and that way you can keep up with all things Mad Church Disease. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a supporter of my channel, tonight would be a wonderful night for you to support my channel, because I don't even know if this live is going to be monetized. I'm going to be honest, because I don't know what direction I'm going to go in, and I'm going to try to keep it, I'm going to try to keep it special, but I need for everybody that loves the Mad Church Disease channel to show your love and support for the channel on tonight. Amen. Bless God. I want to send a shout out to Miss T. I believe that's you. For your support of the Mad Church Disease channel. So all of you that are supporting tonight, please do so. And I would appreciate it. Now, I don't want nobody coming on here later talking about, well, you said Thursday was your main night. Yeah, I know it's normally my main night, but some of you don't even support on Thursday. So if you can, just do what you can do tonight, and I would appreciate it. Amen. Bless God. Let's move on. All right. Well, shall we talk? Shall we talk? All right. So over the last couple of months, ladies and gentlemen, I have taken a step back and just focused in on my platform. Months and months ago, Daryl Moore had to remind me today that it's actually been about 3 to 4 months, you all, since I took a step back from all of these platforms. I believe in the month of July, I let my memberships lapse to all of the other content creators because I was supporting them with memberships to their channel. And lo and behold, when I started looking at everybody, I started seeing what nobody supporting me. So I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna go on and unsubscribe from everybody else. Now, mind you, I thought I was, doing good, supporting all the other content creators and thinking I was, doing something. Now, mind you, I don't mind supporting other people because I genuinely was going out to be a friend to all of the content creators and, doing what I could do to support their channels and their platforms. And I want you all to listen to me very carefully. I'm going to take my time tonight because I have so much I want to say. So y'all bear with me tonight. I'm going to get to Dr. Scrotum Sniffer in a while. Y'all hang on, all right? And we'll get to the orthopedic shoes man, Pearl, and we'll get to him. We'll get to him in a little bit. Shout out to Tasha Global. Good to see you here. Better known as the what they call you, the prophet lady from New York. what they call you, the prophet lady from New York. I tell you, they got so many names for all of us. So I said, okay, let me just take a step back on my own platform. Lo and behold, there was and I talked about it, but I really didn't talk about it. And so I need for y'all to really strap in tonight because I'm gonna get myself in a lot of trouble, but I need to get this off of my chest. I have been taking the high road, and I'm going to continue to take the high road tonight. Just understand something. I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people. And because these are certain types of vloggers, and I'm not that kind of dude, right? So I don't do that. Even if I'm upset with you, I typically will come to you and I will let you know. But see, here's the funny thing. I'm not mad at nobody. And I got blamed for being mad at somebody. And we're gonna get into that, okay? But y'all listen to me carefully. I took a step back. Now, nobody that watches me or has been around me or been around the Larry Reid Live platform has any notion or indication that I am a fan of Bernard Jordan. Every single person that watches my platform and watched Larry's platform, y'all knew that I don't rock with no Bernard Jordan, just like I don't rock with Dr. Scrotum Sniffer, better known as Larry Reid. Y'all all know that. Everybody know that. Because I'm not one of these vloggers that hides behind stuff. I lays it out. You all know that. Now, we all know that that I was cordial, very cordial, and still am very cordial. I feel I am anyway, with the St. James platform. I just chose and made a decision to walk away for my own sake, my own sanity, and for my own health, really, to be honest with you guys, because I didn't want to put myself in any situation. But people got all up in arms because I decided to focus in on my own content and my own stuff. Y'all got over there in Vincent's chat and threw my name around like minute rice at one of them cheap ass weddings. Y'all hang on. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry, saints. I don't mean to go there already, but let me calm down. Y'all threw my name around in Vincent's chat so much so that I really hadn't paid attention to those private lives. But when I got my membership back earlier this month, I went all the way back into Vincent's private lives and started watching them lives. And I was laying in my bed looking at some of y'all type all kind of stuff in Vincent's chat. And I was like, how could they say those things? Because I didn't give none of y'all no kind of indication as to why I chose to take a step back and to focus in on my own platform. So I was really taken aback. Now, Vincent, y'all know he had a little kerfuffle where he went off on St. James and he was confused about some things. And I called Vincent because I was like, Vincent, I don't want you to be upset. Because when all of this stuff blew up, and I'm going to take y'all back and I'm going to bring y'all all forward. So just hang on tonight because I told y'all I'm in no rush. I called Vincent on the phone. I say, Vincent, let me apologize to you. I said, because the feeling that you're having and the things that you're saying, I don't believe have anything to do with you. I believe primarily they have something to do with me. Now, I was in the chat when St. James did his live, but I had came in the middle. I wasn't there at the beginning. So when Vincent showed up in the live, I was still saying, hey, Vincent, calm down. He ain't talking about us. That's how naive I was. I was like, oh, he ain't talking about us. Calm down, Vincent. So it kind of confused Vincent because Vincent didn't have no clue as to what was going on. So I just say, chill out, Vincent. He ain't talking about us. We good. Everybody still good. We all good. Now I hadn't listened to the beginning of that live. So when Vincent went off and did what he did, I said, okay, well, let me go on and listen to the beginning of this live. And Lord, when I listened to the beginning of that live, I said, I think he's talking about me. I was floored. When I tell y'all I was floored, because I was in the chat. And here's the funny thing. The first time that St. James had Bernard Jordan on his platform, the night that Bernard Jordan got off of the platform, I was in a private live with St. James and all of his members in that private live. That's why I was really dumbfounded and confused as to how you all was throwing my name around so callously, like you were saying some of the things that some of you all were saying. I was in shock. So I'm like, wow. So you know what I did, because I'm a man and this is just what men do. I start texting St. James, hey, bro, can you, I'm not upset with you. What's going on here? Because I was confused. He did, he kind of didn't really respond. And then, he just kept letting the situation go on and go on, because some of you in the comment section, y'all was roasting the heck out of me. And I said, well, Lord, I haven't done nothing. All I did was say I wanted to focus in on my own platform. I didn't say anything about him. I just went on about my business. And I'm going to talk about Bernard Jordan until I get good and ready. So I don't give, Lord, help me. I almost said so. I don't care who don't like it. I will talk about whoever and whatever I want to on my platform. You all have the ability to do that on your platform. So I will talk about whatever I want to. If I feel that Bernard Jordan is a fish-eyed fool, that's what I'm gonna say over here. When I say Bernard Jordan is a fake false prophet, in my opinion, and he don't sell nothing but Jesus junk, I have every right to say what I want to say on my platform, just like the rest of you do, right? I'm not asking for anybody's loyalty over here. I'm not asking for nobody to be loyal to me, because what I have learned from a lot of you vloggers is some of you have the integrity of a gnat. So I don't expect for you to be loyal in no way, kind of shape, form, or fashion. Okay. All right. So I text St. James and I said, St. James, I'm not upset with you. I said, I don't know what all of these people are talking about. Can you say something about what these people are saying? The man tells me I'm not going to say nothing. I said, but wait a minute. You're letting these people think something about you as well as I, and the nature of our relationship, friendship, workship, whatever you want to call it, on this here internet. And these people got all kinds of concepts in their mind. I don't understand why you don't say something. His response to me, I'm not going to say a thing. Y'all know what I did? I was like, oh, wow. I was in shock. I didn't know what to say. Now, when I went back and watched Vincent's live, when I got my membership back, I was really upset, you all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. And I wanted to come out here and cuss all y'all out. Commenters, everybody. I was real mad. I ain't even going to lie. But I just started thinking about and talking to myself. I said, you know what, Marcellus, you're not like the rest of these people. So there's no need for you to come out here and act a fool, although I could act a fool. And we're going to cut up a little bit in a minute. I said, okay. I said, I see where you're going. Now, here's the funny thing. The only response I got from St. James is the major response is when I did my live and I told y'all, I said, I'm cool with St. James. I don't have a problem. St. James told us what it was. It was transactional. He sent me a little text message. He said, well, you sure was mighty heavy on the word transactional. I said, in my mind, and that's why I told him, I said, but that's what you said. I'm just repeating what you said. You told all of us it was transactional. We'll stick a pin right there. Because all of these people that are doing all of this talking and going back and forth are all transactional. All transactional. So apparently, St. James has a working relationship with Bernard Jordan. Let me start with Ebenar Jordan here, ladies and gentlemen, the false prophet. Let me start there with the false prophet, if y'all don't mind. Can y'all please hit the like button? I have almost 700 of y'all here. Can y'all please hit the like button? Please hit the like button. How far should I go back? Because see, I didn't even talk about none of this. I just left this thing alone. How far should I go back? Should I go back to the green-haired goblin and discuss that interview with all three of them? Because see, I tried to walk in the middle of this whole thing and just kind of, please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. I'm not even checking for it because, here's what I know about you guys. Here's what I know about you guys. And this is why I don't get upset and I don't get mad about any of this stuff anymore because, I don't know. I think some of you think on some level you're hurting situations when you don't. But I would appreciate it if y'all would hit the like button. It would show a lot of strength and courage on your part. And I would appreciate it if you would. All right. Let me turn this down. I got almost, wait a minute. I got almost 700 and something of y'all in here. How many likes do I have? See, 157. Can y'all get me to at least 300 likes? That's 150 of y'all hitting the like button. I'd appreciate it. How far y'all? Okay. T. Davis said go all the way back. You want me to go back? You want me to go back for real, T. Davis? All right. When St. James went up on that green-haired goblin's platform, and he was having that conversation with Dr. Dingleberry, I knew right then and there when he went up there. I've never said anything to St. James about going on anybody's platform because that's not my place. He can go on whoever platform he wants to go on. I don't think nothing about that kind of stuff, me personally. So I never took offense to none of this kind of stuff. I know some people look at it like some people's like, well, he should never do that because, and then I know there was Levantre and Vincent was upset because they felt like he should have said and something in regards to Levantre. And I feel like on the back end of that, if you really feel like these men were victimized, you should have, been respectful of them at least. To not be so callous in how you conducted the situation, but that's just my opinion. But I mean, I can't force another grown man to make a decision on how he chooses to conduct business. But I started getting calls from my preacher friends from all over. Why is St. James sitting so low in between Larry and that green-haired goblin? I don't know. They said, well, Marcellus, don't he know that aesthetics and the look of things matter? I don't know. Whatever he does, he does. I don't have nothing to do with all of that. So this is really what I've been saying for months to all my friends and everybody. I don't have nothing to do. You ask Daryl. You ask everybody. Marcellus has been like, I don't have no problem with St. James. I'm good. Y'all do you. Y'all do you. Right? Now, I've been listening because some of y'all thinking I'm throwing shade, but it wasn't at St. James. It was really help me, Lord. That false prophet over there. And I'm going to say a whole bunch of stuff tonight. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to say whatever I want to say on the Mount of the Makusa. Oh, yes, I am. So you better strap in. So St. James goes over there. He does it. He makes friends with Larry. Him and Larry opens his world back up to St. James. And he says, oh, wherever you was blocked, you ain't blocked no more. So then they didn't block. They unblocked him over there. And I said, I never came out here and I never said a word. Okay, I see. People are making alliances and trying to get back in alignment with certain people. We'll see how long this gonna last, right? I ain't said a word. So he interviews Bernard Jordan. Don't say a word. I go in the private live the night that he interviewed Bernard Jordan, had a full-on conversation with them, had a wonderful conversation with them. After I had that conversation with him, all I know is y'all went in Vincent's chat and started making accusations against me. Then you turn around and this is what I was told, and this was told to me. Oh, well, you're just not good for my brand. Okay, because you've decided to make an alliance with somebody that I don't like. All of a sudden, I don't become good for a person's brand. I have always been a truth teller. I've always been a person who says how I think and how I feel. And it is what it is. I don't hide. I'm not hiding tonight. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly how I feel tonight. So there will be no guessing. And you notice I haven't cursed and I'm not upset and I haven't raised my voice one time. Y'all notice I haven't, because I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just confused as to why all of these grown people keep playing all of these types of games. And this is one of the reasons why I backed off from everybody's platform, because I don't want to be in a working relationship or coming on everybody's platform and having people working against me behind the scenes. Okay. So he does his Bernard Jordan interview. I'm over there. I'm in the chat, but y'all get in Vincent's chat and start throwing my name around like minute rice. I'm watching Vince's live like, holy cow, what in the world is going on around here? I don't know what was going on. So I said, well, let me pay attention and try to figure some stuff out. Marcellus, close your mouth. That's what I said to myself. Marcellus, close your mouth and just watch everybody and see what's going on. So I stopped watching everybody's program. Not that I was mad at anybody. I just needed to get my peace back. And I needed to focus in and remember who I am and the reason why I do what I do, because I don't do what I do, first of all, to be liked by everybody. That's number one. Number two, I have a purpose behind what I'm doing here. So I'm like, okay. Let me realign myself with my purpose. Let me emphatically tell it to y'all here. Bernard Jordan is over there prophesying and prophesying and raising money on St. James's platform, much to the detriment of those of you who are stupid enough to give him your money. I don't know how dumb you could be. And Larry, you over there looking like blind Melagella and some damn broken down cab driver, talking about you in Dubai, looking like a whole effed up cab driver. And you all mad at St. James. Here's why you're mad at St. James. Let's be clear. Well, let me just go ahead and show you what kicked all of this off tonight. Let me go there. So Larry Reid gets on his platform today. And he makes this ridiculous post. Oh my God, from Zion. He says, I need to let y'all know. So, and let me tell you, this grammar, Larry, do Kendall proofread your stuff? Because I know he was, tutoring your children, but obviously he needed to be tutoring you, because all of these errors on this stuff, I had to stop and reread this thing like 3, 4, 5 times. I couldn't even get through this. I don't know. Do they not have, glasses or something in Dubai? Because I couldn't even read this. But here we go. I need to let y'all know. So this, wait, let me start again. See, I told you I suffer from this damn grammatically incorrect stuff. I need to let y'all know, so this a cut and paste to many. I was on Pearl's show. I don't use names. I hit the link. He told me what was said by them. I just dragged Bernard's whole family and threatened to tell everything. I couldn't take it no more. Keep my name out your mouth. Oh, you mean, let me say it this way. No, I'll get to that in a minute. If they reference me, us, this ministry, public or privately again, or anyone or anything connected to me, I'm blowing the internet up and telling everything. I said, live. Your wife will know everything. And I nicknamed him Mother Master Manipulator, like the bitch up he is. If that vlogger, Sissy Saggy James, Jabba the Hutt looking ASS put me in another thumbnail or reference me, I'm going live on the sins of the family. I am not joking. This is not a threat. It's a promise. You did this shite to Brian Carn, your own son, Manasseh, me, and now Matthew Stevenson. I am your reckoning. Say nothing else and take Jabba of it's over. What? Huh? I've taken so much from so many online for years while being robbed of my time, money, and energy. It is over in October. Y'all listen to me very carefully. We all know who Jabba the Hutt is over here, and it is not no St. James. St. James is not Jabba the Hutt. St. James is our light-skinned Dr. Martin Luther King. We don't call St. James ain't no Jabba the Hutt. We know who the real Jabba the Hutt is around here. Pearl is Jabba the Hutt. And Larry, I need you to get an original thought and stop stealing from everybody. Every time we make up a nickname for somebody, you come and try to re-nickname somebody else something else. We know you is Smeagol and Voldemort. We know that. And we know that Pearl is Jabba the Hutt. And let me be very clear. I snuck over there. So I could see and hear for myself what the crap you were saying, because I had to fast forward, because y'all know I don't be listening to them whole programs. I got to get to the point. Y'all listen to me very carefully. How dare you, Larry, have the nerve to get up on somebody's platform and be talking about somebody is a master manipulator? Well, you know, birds of a feather flock together. And what you gonna tell on Bernard Jordan? Let me tell you something. Don't you realize, you nasty, disgusting, ball sniffing, scrotum sniffer, sick son of a bitch? Don't you realize that if you tell on Bernard Jordan, you gonna be telling on yourself? You don't realize that? Did something go past that slick lesioned bald head of yours that you must have misunderstood? That if you tell on Bernard, you really revealing who you are and your own character? Did you not? Don't you realize that? Are you just that slow that you don't realize that by you coming out here and telling on Bernard Jordan, you will be ultimately telling on yourself? Are you unaware of that? Okay, because your character has always been in question. Because everybody knows, Larry, according to those young men, that you like to do what? Touch the little boys. We all know you like allegedly touch the little boys. Then you had the nerve to go over there talking about, oh, well, you didn't go after Vincent. You didn't go after Vincent because you love Vincent. No, ninja, you didn't go after Vincent because you know Vincent is holding all of the cards, and he will come out here and expose you for the lying, deceptive manipulator you are. Vincent has already told the world that you are not a prophet. He's already told the world that you are a liar. You are just as much of Bernard Jordan as Bernard Jordan is to you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and for those of you that are in the bushes, let me go ahead and lay this out for you right here now, because I'm the only nigga on these YouTube streets that's gonna tell it to you like it T.I. is. All these niggas are pimping. All these niggas is doing this stuff for a click, like, and a view and a cash app. All these niggas is transactional. Everything that all of them are doing straight across the board is for a cash app and transactional. Right down to Pearl over there looking like a whole damn key lime pie. Oh, this is tie-dye. This is tie-dye. No, you look like a whole key lime pie, and you want to sit up and be talking about, oh, you know, those people don't have no integrity. No, you don't have no integrity. The man you got coming over there sitting on your platform talking about he mad and he gonna expose somebody with his dumb ass don't realize that if you expose Bernard, you expose yourself, stupid. And we already know who you are. We already know what you are. And how you gonna sit up and be calling St. James all of these names? You know, this is some real hypocritical stuff going on around here. Larry, you was the one trying to convince everybody that you liked women. Remember? But then you had to slowly come out here and tell everybody that you like a little poop on your peen. You remember that was you. It was you. That was you. Oh, yeah. And now, and see, here's the thing. Yeah, he used to call him Maddie. And see, when he came down and Matthew Stevenson did whatever he did, all these men, I'm going to be honest. Lord, help me, Jesus. I'm trying to be nice, Jesus, because I'm not trying to offend anybody. All these dudes is a trip, bro. I'm just going to put it to y'all like that. All these dudes is a trip. And this is one of the reasons why I focused in on my platform. And I don't want to be bothered with none of these people. I really don't want to be bothered with none of these people. I talk about it the way that I talk about it because I can be honest, because I'm not beholden to anybody, and I don't give a damn whether you send me $5, $7, $1. I'm going to say what I want to say, how I want to say it on my platform, and I just don't care who don't like it. Bernard Jordan, in my opinion, is a crook, and so is Larry Reid is a crook, and we all have heard other people say that everything that they do is transactional, so what else are we supposed to assume? What else are we supposed to assume? Don't get mad because niggas just repeat what the you said. You said it. So I'm just repeating what you said. So don't go out here leaving me out here all by myself and making people think that I'm upset with you, which I'm not. I just think it's unfortunate that you won't have the integrity and didn't have the integrity enough to just say, hey, Marcellus is texting me. He's cool. I'm good. I don't have a problem with him. But you really, I guess, did have a problem with me. You just didn't want to tell the people. You wanted to make it look like it was me. I'm texting you. Bro, I can pull up these text messages on my phone and show everybody that I'm texting you and I'm reaching out to you while you're letting all of these people say all of these horrible things about me when you knew it wasn't true, and you didn't even have the audacity or the right or the genuine integrity to say, hey, you all, Marcellus ain't mad at me. So I call Vincent and I say, Vincent, dude, he wasn't mad at you. He was mad. That was all for me. Now, why you upset with me, I don't know, because I'm going to talk about your newfound friend, Bernard Jordan. Is that why you're so upset with me? Well, nigga, I've been talking about Bernard Jordan before I ever knew who you was. Before I ever knew there was a St. James, I was telling the world how crooked this nigga is. I'm the only one over here that ever bought that stupid ass book. What was it? The book with all the fake prophecies in them. Y'all know. And let's talk about these fake prophecies for a minute. Now, wait a minute, St. James. Now, St. James, I look at you a little bit different than a lot of these other vloggers. You way too smart for this bullshit. Now let me just get this off of my chest. How you gonna let this man come up on your platform and try to prophesy to you he see the gospel of St. James when that's the damn heading of your own YouTube channel? Do y'all not know? See, let me tell you something. Bernard Jordan be playing in y'all face. He think y'all are stupid. And see, the reason why he goes after certain people because he knows that they're going to allow him to do all of this bullshit. And St. James, this is just from me to you. You're way too smart for this. Now, I didn't come out here and I didn't say anything, but I'm going to say what I have to say tonight because y'all are just crazy. All of you are just crazy. And I'm not mad. I don't want you to think I'm upset at all because I'm really not. Y'all listen to me. St. James went over here on his platform the other day prophesying. Now, he did a whole show about Matthew Stevenson being evicted. Then he going to charge these people $148 to give them a prophecy. And then he going to have the nerve to tell somebody in the prophecy, oh, I see furniture moving. That was the prophecy. I can't make this shit up. And you all sitting around thinking, and then nobody says anything. And normally I wasn't even going to say anything about it. I was like, okay, y'all like it. I love it. Because at this point, I'm just, I'm just like, if you want to give him your $148, you go on about your business because he wouldn't get a dime from me. Okay. He wouldn't get a dime from me. Y'all have a whole nerve. The man told somebody, oh, I see furniture moving after he did a whole show talking about somebody who was being evicted. Come on here. And let me tell y'all something. All these ninjas need to go somewhere and sit down. Matthew Stevenson has been robbed for the last 2 years. I done read a whole court case where some man done stole $500,000 from Anwar. That could have been the $500,000 that he could have used to pay Bishop Bernard Jordan, but he was being robbed. Hello, duh. The man was being robbed. Now, on the other hand, Bernard Jordan is due his rent money, right? Matthew, you've been over there for a whole year raising money. You knew darn well you was taking up an offering. So even if you couldn't pay the whole amount, you should have paid some of the amount and did what was right to tell the man, hey, I'll come back and give you the rest of the money when I can get the rest of the money. Nigga, who y'all playing with? We all supposed to be grown-ups. We're supposed to be matriculating adults who can think, okay? This ain't rocket science, people. Larry over there talking about that Bernard Jordan is a master manipulator. Nigga, who is more of a master manipulator than you? You went over there to Bernard Jordan's camp, seeking whom you could devour, just like the devil you are. And you went over there bobbing and weaving throughout that man's entire camp, seeing who you could cipher off to get over there amongst your LRLers. And now you done got all some of them people over there. Now you threatening him, talking about, oh, you need to stop calling my people. Well, weren't you the one making robocalls? And didn't you have Shamako and Latrice every week calling them people when you wasn't able to raise your money? Wasn't you calling through the mailing list too? Come on, Larry. All is fair in love and war, right? Nigga, you in love and war. You was in love with Bernard, but now you in war. So let's get it straight. Let's get it straight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back because we smart. We use our brains around here. Larry, you was doing the very same thing that Bernard is doing. And let's not all forget, ladies and gentlemen, where he found Rosalind Weems. What you say, Marcellus? Isn't that where he found the woman that's now in prison, that he had all them people in his Patreon manipulating? So we want to talk about master manipulators. Wasn't that Rosalind Weems in his chat, in his Patreon that he had over there doing all of that stuff? Wasn't that Rosalind Weems? That's right, Lobster Lily. Wasn't that Lobster Lily over there? You could just go out, go in your backyard, go outside and pick them. Y'all remember? Go outside and pick them. Yeah, that was her, right? That's what I thought. So let's not talk about master manipulator. According to Vincent and some of the things that he was doing and all of your manipulation and all of your tactics and all the things that you've been doing, Larry, you are in no position to be calling nobody no master manipulator and mother master. If that's the case, instead of calling him LRL, you should call him Larry's or lick 'em, roll 'em, lick 'em. Instead of LRL, it's just lick 'em, roll 'em, lick 'em. Because you just lick 'em, roll 'em, and keep licking them. Dude, you ought to go somewhere and sit down. You got a whole nerve. I don't understand what's wrong with you people. I don't understand what's wrong with you people. I really do not. I don't understand it. Yes, I'm on one. How dare you? You talking about you put up with a lot, Larry. I done been quiet for months. I ain't said nothing. Why people done scandalized my name, why they made people think I was mad at them, or what. I'm sitting up here texting the man saying, hey, can you please say something? Because I'm not upset with you. And I'm not gonna come out here and that ain't even, can I tell y'all, that ain't even, y'all done made Bernard Jordan the reason why I decided to go and focus on my platform. The same night Bernard Jordan was over there, I was in a private live with St. James and talking to them. And I was quiet. I was respectful. I didn't say anything. Just like when Jives was on Regina's platform. Y'all saw me. Y'all didn't see me go after Jives. You didn't see me disrespect Jives in any way. Because listen, I may not like some of the behaviors and some of the things that certain people do, but I do know how to conduct myself because I have done this for quite a number of years. So even if I don't like you, I know how to conduct myself. I know how to do that. I know how to bob and weave. The problem with the rest of you is you don't know how to do that, because the only thing you do is throw shade at one another. And then when it becomes too much of a cloudy day, then we get Larry behaving the way that he's behaving, and then we get St. James behaving the way that he's behaving. Oh Lord, this a new neighbor. Can y'all hear this? This a new neighbor who don't know when the alarm going off, and you ain't that far away from it. And I got the window open. I got the window open. Now listen here, because I'm laying it all on the line. Because see, here's why I'm trying to tell y'all to be very careful what you say. Be very careful what you say, and be very careful what you do. Be very careful what you do. I've heard some of the things you all have said. I'm not responding to it. And the reason why I'm not responding to it is because I don't have to, because that will play into your theory and make people think that I'm mad at you. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm disappointed. If anything, I'm so disappointed because I thought that even if, we could be men about it, even if you disagree and you know that I don't like Bernard Jordan, that don't mean that I have to hate you or we have to be mad at one another. I don't have to do that. But you obviously, St. James was feeling some type of way, and you just allowed that thing to balloon up into a place where people were blaming me. And I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't cool. That's not cool. And I didn't say anything. I squashed it for months. This is 4 months later. So y'all can tell I'm not even mad. But you did that. Y'all did that. And you let these commenters lead off on the comment and conversation. And that's why I addressed you privately, St. James. And I said, hey, bro, can you say something? Because I don't have no problem with you. I don't have no problem with you. So why are you letting these people say this stuff when I don't have no problem with you? Now, I left Pearl alone. Y'all ain't heard me say nothing about Pearl until today. Today's the first day y'all done heard me say something about that man. I have not made one video about Larry on this channel, and I couldn't tell you when. Go back and look. I have not put Larry on a thumbnail, and some of you didn't even know that was Larry on this thumbnail because he looks about he looks in his normal self with all that pancake 34 makeup on and all of them other shots that he used. I haven't put Larry on a thumbnail. I've just been over here making my content. That's it. And y'all still been throwing shade. And I still been hearing it, but I ain't said nothing. I just be like, okay, y'all do you. And listen here, I come with a set of big draws. These some big draws over here. And most of this stuff just rolls off of my back anyway. Cause I mean, you ain't paying no mortgage over here. Y'all ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing over here that's going to affect what I got going on. So the only thing that I could tell you is y'all need to stop it. You need to stop it. And I just feel like this, Larry, first of all, you just mad because St. James took your spot. And the second reason you're mad is because you gave up $3 million and now you just got a sniffle and a brain and figured out you didn't have to give up all that money, you big dummy. When all of us was over here trying to tell you to get some property and get some stuff that you own and get some stuff in your own name. And Larry, you talking about you own some property and stuff in your own name? How you do that, Larry, when you ain't got no job and all your money coming from the NBN network and them 99-cent Blueberry Pie songs that you sing? How in the world you doing that, Larry? How you doing that? Okay, well, maybe we need to start doing some digging again, huh? Maybe some folks that I know and some things we need to do. We need to go on and start digging as to how you're doing that, Larry. You done let your whole staff go and now you're trying to make an excuse. You had to downsize, Larry. You sold everything in your house, including the damn forks, knives, and spoons. How you think we found that stuff out, Larry? How you think? And now you only travel with your wife, Shamako, and your concubine, Kendall. You're over there traveling with your little concubine. Y'all, I tell y'all, Lord have mercy, they keep Kendall on a leash. I swear unto God. Can y'all let Kendall fly free? Please let Kendall go. He like Amistad. Let Kendall go. Y'all don't have them kids no more. He don't need to tutor nobody. Just let him go, please. Set Kendall free. You and your wife can ride off into the Dubai sunset. Please let Kendall go free. Because y'all know Kendall on some kind of medication. Kendall talks so slow. Oh my goodness. That's why they don't ever bring him on camera. Have y'all ever heard Kendall talk? I was trying to tell y'all today that hello, happy Easter Day. He's so slow. Kendall's so slow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If Johnny had 2 apples. I'm just saying. Oh my Lord from Zion. Lord have mercy. And they done beat poor Kendall's self-esteem into the ground. That's why he behaves such. And that's why he cry all the time. And because he's got to be subject to the tyranny of that scrotum sniffing Larry Reid. How dare you, Larry, speak about somebody has a lack of integrity? You know why you mad, Larry? You mad that St. James done took your spot. That's why you mad. And St. James. Now, I want to tell you something. Now, this is my warning to you. Now, when Larry had a Bernard Jordan, it was Bernard Jordan and Manasseh. You done stepped the game up. Now, you got 3 Jordans, not 1 Jordan, not 2 Jordan, 3 Jordans over there. And they done put you in the bottom square. You way over in the bottom square. I mean, it looked like an episode of Hollywood Squares. I thought for one second, I said, well, wait a minute. I said, how they get 3 of them up on the platform like that? I said, now, wait a minute, Bernard. Wait a minute, Bernard. And I told you, and I didn't say nothing, but I'm looking at the sliminess and just the slimy gutter nature of Bernard Jordan. Bernard Jordan, shame on you, because you are just using St. James. That's exactly what you're doing. You're using St. James. And I guess there's a mutual kind of situation going on there. But to be honest with you, I just think it's disgusting. And trust me, looks of things do matter. You in the bottom square and you got these 3 Jordans all around you, and you standing there looking. I mean, and let me tell you something. People, y'all, something else in these comments. Y'all send me the photographs, the screenshots. If I wanted to, I could pull them up. But I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm definitely not trying to be messy. I'm just telling you how I feel about the situation. Now, some of you are going to get mad. Just get mad if you want to. You understand what I'm saying? Some of you just going to get mad, but it is what it is. And I promise y'all, these dudes have never liked each other. Larry has been using Bernard Jordan since day one. For those of us who've been around, Larry was begging to be mentored by Bernard Jordan. Larry, who you think you fooling? We've been around forever. We remember. I remember, Larry, all the things that you used to say when you was crying, talking about you wish you could get back to $100,000, and oh, I just wish I could make $100,000. But now all of a sudden, scoopity-doo, you done became such a multi-millionaire. But you selling everything, but you a multi-millionaire. Oh, okay. Okay. You selling all of your nice forks and spoons, but you a millionaire. You selling all your cars and stuff. And yeah, you should sell them. Because like I said, I done taught y'all with a part 1 and part 2 about this parsonage and how these people spend their money. I done told y'all. And if the government ever get wind of some of these people will go to jail. I ain't lying. I'm not kidding. And I mean what I say. And I'm just sorry to say it and have to put it out here, but don't make me the issue. Y'all made me the issue. I heard y'all say on Vincent's chat, well, Marcellus said this and so, and y'all lied on me, flat out lied on me. And I said, okay, Lord, it ain't my fight. It ain't my battle. It ain't my battle to fight. So y'all could just keep lying. Just keep on lying. You're going to make me, and let me say this, because normally I don't call people's names. But there's one woman that's over there with St. James, and you know who you are. Now, I like you. I think you have a lot of great ideas, and you spark a lot of great conversation. But what you did to Vincent was atrocious. You took something that was private in his private life, and you brought it public, which you should have never done. That was not your place to do. So since we bring in everybody's private conversations public, why don't we just continue in that vein tonight? Can we just continue? So St. James goes in his private live, in his Patreon today, because that's what we're doing now, right? We're just bringing everybody's private conversations. So he goes live in his Patreon, and he said, oh, Larry just wore me out, saints. So we bringing everybody's private lives and private conversations, because I told y'all don't know where I may be at any given time. You don't know where I'm at. But I choose not to fight back. Not that I can't fight. It's just that I choose not to. That man is carrying so much unresolved pain. Talking about Larry. He doesn't let it go. It's going to start showing up in his body. St. James probably already has. But according to the chair bandit, y'all know who the chair bandit is. None of them watch your show or cares what you do. I'm confused. And he says, imagine that. Just imagine that. My God. There's more, but I choose to keep all of the things in my bag. And I've downloaded the audios and the videos. I've downloaded them. So just understand something, because I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to make a point tonight. For those of you that think that I was mad about Bernard Jordan and that's why I took a step back. No, I took a step back because I'm a grown man and I can do what I want on my platform. And if you don't like it, you know you can suck a, right? Okay. And you all have the right to come up, because I drop a link every show. Every show I drop a link. You have a right to address me. And if you think I'm wrong, you can most certainly address, and you can tell me I'm wrong, because I got screenshots to prove it. I got screenshots to prove it. So you can come up here and try to play that game if you want to. And I'm not showing these private text messages because I don't do that. Because I don't do that. Because I genuinely was trying to have a YouTube friendship. I realize that you don't know me, that we've never met each other, we've never been in the same room, but I thought we could be adults and we could be men and just be like, okay, bro, if you got a problem with me, you could have came to me. You could have came to me, but y'all let these people get in this chat and say all of this mean stuff towards me. Let me just go ahead and tell you all this. The day that I made my video where I was telling you guys some things and setting y'all straight, over 100 of y'all decided to walk away from the platform. Walk away. And I was fine with that, you guys walking away, because I'm like, well, y'all just mad and you want to be mad. But guess what happened? Over 500 and some of you subscribed like 3 days later. For the rest of the month, I had like over 500 people subscribe. And it's not about the subscriber numbers. Don't get me wrong, because I know on some level you guys thought you were going to do something. Hey, Nia, and shout out to you for being a new member. And Friday night I'm going even deeper in my private live, since everybody want to go private. And if you want, I'll send you the video and the audio of my private live, because I ain't scared. Obviously, you can tell right now, but I just want to say some different type of words on my private live. But I'm sick of you jigaboos, because when I come online, all I see is a bunch of coons and jigaboos. I don't dance for nobody. I'm not dancing for anybody. Larry, you got a nerve to call Bernard Jordan some master manipulator. You manipulated him. And so all of you pimps, I'm fine with Matthew Stevenson stealing from Bernard Jordan, because Bernard Jordan's been stealing from the body of Christ forever. And you can go tell him I said it. In my opinion, the nigga's been stealing. So if one pimp robs another pimp, am I supposed to be mad that the pimps is robbing each other? No, nigga, pimps down, hoes up, nigga. Yay. What you want me to say? If he robs him, he robs him. All you niggas is robbing the people. Is you crazy? What we supposed to say? Better get somewhere and go sit down. Are you kidding me? All you niggas is robbing each other and stealing from each other. Talking about you Larry over there looking at the sun, the stars, the moon. He trying to get a prophecy from the back of a milk carton. Anything that'll get him $5. I'm just saying. Anything that'll get Larry $5. He'll read the back of a milk carton. He'll read the side of a bus. Oh, I see wheels in your future. That nigga don't know. He ain't no prophet. Bernard Jordan over there sitting up talking about, oh, I see furniture moving. He been on a whole show sitting around talking about somebody being evicted, and then he gonna turn around and tell somebody for $148 he see furniture moving. Give me a damn break. And then you all want to say something. Okay, whatever. And I drops the link because I done said my piece. If y'all mad, just be mad. I don't give a damn. Because I know one thing, I was mad when y'all was lying on me. But I closed my mouth and I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing. I let you all go right on about your business. You done lied on me. You done went in that man's private chat and told Vincent all of that lies. And then I went back and I watched that stuff. I said, I couldn't believe it. I knew when I went back and listened to that St. James live, I said, oh, well, he's not talking to Vincent. He's talking to me. Because I didn't hear the first part of the live. So I said, oh, I called Vincent up on the phone. I said, bro, this ain't even about you. Calm down. That's literally what I did. I called Vincent and told him to calm down. I said, Vincent, let me explain to you what this is. And I broke it down to Vincent. I sure did. And I didn't call anybody else. I didn't say anything else, but I called Vincent because he was really upset. And I didn't want Vincent to be upset and thinking that something was about him that had nothing to do with him. In my opinion, I didn't think it had anything to do with him. If it did, maybe I was wrong and y'all can readdress it and tell me. But I know one thing, y'all are messy for going in that man's chat and throwing my name around like that. Y'all ought to be ashamed. And I was very hurt by it. If I'm going to be honest with y'all, I was super duper hurt because these are the same people that come over in my chat and I see you all the time. I treat you kindly. I'm very respectful to you. I don't treat you like these other vloggers do and lay y'all all out. Cause I didn't even know they'd be talking about the commenters. I didn't even know that. I didn't know they'd be laying y'all all out like that because Moni had to teach me that. I said, Moni, do they be going after the commenters? Moni was like, yeah. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Larry, Mr. Poop on the Peen. How you gonna come out here and expose Bernard Jordan? You expose Bernard Jordan, Larry. Guess what? You expose yourself, dummy. Because you already don't have no integrity. And don't nobody believe a word that comes out of your rot gut mouth. Uh-huh. Your penis filled mouth. Don't nobody believe nothing you say. So we don't care what you say. And coming out here now telling everybody 12 years later, after like 12 years a slave, to tell us that Bernard Jordan kept you under lock and key. Don't nobody care. Do y'all not know that the first time that Larry Reid and Bernard Jordan went out, and me and Daryl was trying to warn y'all, the first time that Larry and Bernard Jordan went out, they went to a Kevin Terry concert. Do y'all know who Kevin Terry is in the gospel community? Come on, let's stop playing games, ladies and gentlemen. I told you I'm not new to it. I'm true to it. I don't play those types of games. And you had no business talking about, oh, Bernard Jordan is a master manipulator. Well, what the hell are you, Larry? What the hell are you? Better give me a break. Master manipulator. And you both wore a blue velour suit. Don't that's how good my memory is. You were wearing a blue velour suit, both of you. What two men you ever seen wear matching outfits? Give me a break, bro. Give me an absolute break. I am Courtney. You're live on the Mad Church Disease. You can unmute yourself.
Hi, Marcellus. First of all, I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come up. All things considered, let me start by saying this because, of course, I watch you. I enjoy your platform, and so I'm gonna start off by saying this: I have taken a hit for something that I did not do. Okay, as
Okay.
far as everyone got up in arms because they were under the assumption, excuse me, that I went back and told SJ everything that happened in that members only. And even St. James has said this, that is not true. I remained quiet because I said, you know what, I would take the hit. But if you go back and look at that live, I was not the only air quotes follower that was vocal in the chat on that live. I was
Mm-hmm.
just the most vocal because I went up. And the reason why I went up in the members only was because of something that Daryl said. And I kept repeating that. I'm only up here because of what Daryl said. That was it.
Yeah, I listened to the live again. So yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so now can I be validated of that?
Yeah, I acknowledge that you did comment, and I even had to go back and tell Daryl. I said, Daryl, I appreciate you speaking for yourself and not speaking for me. Because when Daryl addressed you guys in that private live, he gave you his side. He did
Right.
not try to speak for me. And so I was very appreciative of that. And see, that's the way Daryl and I operate. If somebody's talking about me, Daryl will say, give his opinion, and he will say, well, y'all have to ask Marcellus or speak to Marcellus about it. I can't speak for him. What I don't like and what I did not like is how all of you all were in that chat throwing my name around, which I could not believe. And it is on video.
Okay,
And
let me ask you this. Was I one of the ones?
to be honest with you, I don't remember per se, but I do know
No.
you. I don't think you were, but y'all was in that chat. But here's the thing, Courtney, and this is why everybody feels that way about you.
Mm-hmm.
You got a free membership that day. Because according to Vincent and those folks,
Yes,
they had not seen you in months, right?
that's
So
right.
so the correlation between you getting a free membership and you falling into that live, and
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden everything just blew up. So I could understand how the perception was that they took it from you because you were the most vocal in the
Right.
situation. And so that's why people were making that assumption.
And
Now,
that's fine. And that's
right,
why I fell on the sword. I was willing to fall on it. I have no problems with that. That's
right.
fine. But my issue became was, then Vincent got severely upset. And
Mhm.
I know it was because of that narrative right there. But
Okay.
I got quiet because I said, you know what? I don't want to fuel the flames. So I'll just take the hit. It's fine.
Right. Well,
Because
I
I
understand
was the most vocal.
because that's what I've been doing for months. I took the hit. So I get where you're coming from because I've been taking hits left to right.
Hmm. But
Go
just
ahead.
But for the record, those and St. James will even tell you that, and I believe he said it in like a members only or something like that, that I was not the one. First of all, to be honest with you, I did not go back and say anything because it was too much. It was too much to say. So I'm like, what can I possibly say that hadn't already been said, you know?
Mm,
And so I'm like, he doesn't really, I didn't think he cared like that anyway. So that's not for me to do. I'm pretty much black and white. I'm straight
mm.
up and down. So whatever I said on Vincent's private members only, that's how I felt. But I wasn't coming to be dissentive. I wasn't coming to be messy or to stir up strife and confusion. That was not my angle at all. And in regards to you, because I can only speak for myself, I know I do not recall. Now, if you see anything, feel free, but I do not recall saying too much about you because there wasn't too much to say.
Okay, well, from what I understand, and there's always a lot to say. The only thing that I could say is this, Courtney, I don't have any problems with none of y'all. I thought I made myself clear, and the reason why this is spilled over and rippled the way it has rippled, because all of these people are having these private conversations and they're allowing this stuff to snowball instead of just coming out and saying what it is. I do not have an issue. My name was being thrown around in the very same live that you came up in, and all of that stuff was being said. That was the very same live. When I saw those comments, and some other people can testify, because I reached out to them privately, because that's the way I work. I said, you know what? I'm really upset. I don't know why these people were throwing my name around. I said, but I was so mad. I really wanted to go live and lamb blast everybody. I said, but you know what? I'm going to just let this die. I'm going to fall on the sword. I'm going to let everybody think I'm the issue here. Because I don't know how in the hell I became an issue over Bernard Jordan. I've hated Bernard Jordan since, y'all know how I feel about Bernard Jordan. That is not no damn mystery. So for anybody to say, oh, well, Marcellus left St. James and didn't associate with St. James because of Bernard Jordan, the night he came up on the platform, Courtney, I was in the private live talking to y'all. So I don't even know how anybody could have made that assumption or came out here and said that. Now, was there a lot of shade being thrown around? Yes, from me, from St. James. There was a whole bunch of shade being thrown around. But I'm just like, okay, it is what it is, because I can dish it as good as I can take it. Okay, Monique, you were second. You came up. Because see, I'm gonna let y'all say your piece. Because like I said, I'm not mad. I can tell you I threw shade, just like St. James was throwing it, just like everybody else. And what I don't understand is, why is everybody else allowed to say whatever they want to say? But the moment I open my mouth and I say something, then it becomes an issue. Or you're just being mean, or you're mad, or I'm not mad, Courtney. I get on here and I have a conversation just like the rest of the world. Don't mean I'm angry. It doesn't mean I'm upset. I'm just talking like everybody else. I'm not mad at nobody. Go ahead, Monique. You got the floor.
Can you hear me?
I can, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you remember like back in the day, I almost want to say like 2019, 2020, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You were already talking about how Bernard Jordan was about that life.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wanted to hear it. You and Daryl was already talking about it. Then later came the boys. Nobody wanted to hear about it. Now it's in the forefront, and it's like, oh, well, this and that and that and that. But you guys were already saying, like, these guys are lawyers. They
Right.
are fakers. Like, y'all don't see it. Like, that's why I told you in the comment, like, only your true followers will only understand what you were talking about because we've been following this.
Right.
And then there's no secret in understanding why Larry turned on Bernard. There's no secret. We saw it coming.
Oh yeah,
We
we
saw
all
it
saw
coming. Yeah.
But
So why is it?
but Larry's only mad at St. James. Let's keep it 100. He's mad at St. James because St. James got his spot. whatever you feel like that spot might be. That's why Larry is all up in his panty feelings, because he's over there with his panties in the bunch, talking about he gonna come out here and expose everybody and tell everybody. And he kind of alluded to some stuff over there on Pearl's platform as if Bernard Jordan was a bottom or something to that effect, or he kind of made some type of little joke about it. And I'm sitting here saying, you exposing him is gonna do nothing but expose yourself. What are you doing, sir?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
we know who you are. We know who you are, and we know what you are. And everybody is fine with you going about your business and doing whatever you do. Larry, like I said, I'm trying not to even talk about you, but what I did
Wait,
not—
wait, hold on,
go
Marcellus,
ahead.
hold on. Like everybody wants to say, like when you say stuff about people, it's like, oh, you're a hater. You're a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater at all. I've been trying to tell you this. You know? So now, because it came into fruition or whatever they want to say, oh, it's like you're hating. No, I've been trying to tell you this. How am I a hater? My job is not to do all this stuff. My job is to tell you the truth. That's my job. My job is to sit here and tell you the difference in those that are deceiving you, you know, and
Yeah.
then those that are not. I'm not a hater.
Well, nobody, anytime you say anything against, and I'm coming to you, Daryl, anytime you say anything against any of these people, you automatically become low, you're poor, you're broke, you don't have no money, you ain't got no followers, nobody's paying. And like even what they said about St. James today, come on, oh, he's got 24,000 people and he don't have, I mean, just saying all kind of crazy stuff. Why is it that when we say something about you, we don't have integrity, our followers are no good, but then when it turns around on you, you all are fine over there? And I don't even, to be honest with you, I ain't even mad at Pearl. I just don't talk about Pearl, and I don't deal with them people because of the aura that is around them. It's a dark energy. I don't like it. My life has been quite peaceful for the last 4 months, and the only reason why I'm talking about this now is because I'm just fed up, you all. I don't like the fact that everybody's playing these little games, and you think that just because you say something privately that it's not going to get back to other people. It is going to get back to them. It literally is going to get back. And I can say anything on this platform that I said to anybody privately because I'm man enough to do it. You understand me? So if you in your feelings, if you mad that you feel like I done said something or you didn't like what I said, I drop this damn link every show. All you got to do is hit the damn link. I'm not like those other people. Courtney said her piece. I respect what Courtney says. Courtney says, hey, she's being blamed for something she has no business of being blamed for. I'm like, okay, Courtney, all I know is y'all was throwing my name around like Minute Rice at one of them cheap ass weddings. And I'm just like, oh, well, this is some bull. And I kept quiet about it. I never said a word. I just called Vincent and said, Vincent, calm the hell down, because this ain't even about you. So calm down. And I was in St. James Live defending St. James. That's the crazy thing. I'm in the live, defending the man. And y'all are sitting around here throwing my name around, talking about, oh, Marcellus is mad at St. James. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm in the chat defending the man. And y'all,
Can I ask you a question?
go ahead.
Do you feel that St. James should have defended you?
I, I don't feel like he should have defended me. I feel like he should have said something. He should have said something to his followers. And all I asked him, I said, hey, dude, you should come out to the public and say something. Just let these people know I'm not mad at you. I don't have no issue with you. Say something. You know what he said to me? I'm not going to say nothing. That's what he said. I said, oh, so you will let these people assume all kinds of things about me when you know that's not true. I'm saying other things to you behind the scenes and I'm talking to you behind the scenes, but you're going to let these people assume things that are not true. And then that's when I was like, okay, I bow out gracefully because
Hey,
that's not how I work. Go ahead, Daryl. You have the floor.
I'm sorry, real quick,
Go
Marcellus. I was
ahead.
just going to jump down. Thank you for the opportunity. Like you said, most content creators won't allow you to, clear the air. So thank you for allowing me to clear the air.
Hey,
I'm going to jump down.
you have every right to do it, Courtney. Listen, I'm just as confused as all of you all. I just know what I see and how I feel and how these things have made me feel. You know, I know where I was emotionally and I know how the situation affected me. And I don't want anybody to have to have that type of situation. And if you feel some type of way, you are always more than allowed to address me in whatever way. You don't have to hide. As you can see, I'm not a mean person. I ain't gonna cuss you out, even if you disagree. Y'all should know that by now. I know how to conduct myself, and we can have a heated debate. And I can totally disagree with you, Courtney, but then we're going to part as ways as respectful adults and go on about our business. I appreciate you coming up.
Can
All
I
right.
add this? Can I
All right.
add this?
Go right ahead.
Is it safe to say? Is it safe to say that now you are under attack, right?
I've been under attack,
But
but then
hold on. Only because you have been moving right. You have been moving right, right?
I tried.
And you call out the things that is not right. So when you call out the things that is not right, the enemy don't like that. So of course you are a target now.
Well, here's the thing. And Daryl, get ready. I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't know if I told y'all this. When I decided to go over and sit on St. James platform, Daryl was adamantly against it. Daryl said, Marcellus, I don't know why you're going over there. You see how he handled himself, blah, 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 blah. But this kind of person I am. I said, Daryl, that's between you and him. I said, I don't have no issues with that man. I understand the situation that you have and how you feel about the situation. But I'm just going over there to have a good time, talk and laugh, because we all come from the church. I'm just going over there to have a good laugh. That's it. That's how it was. Go over here, have fun, come on the platform, support the man's platform, blah, blah, blah. Daryl was against it. But Daryl respected me enough to say, Marcellus, I don't agree with it. I don't like it. But hey, dude, you go do you, right? And I was respectful of the way Daryl felt, because even when St. James was making comments, I told St. James, that's between you and Daryl, and you are not going to put me in the middle of it. That's what I told him, because that's what an adult would do. Daryl, I hope you ain't fell asleep. Are you there? Daryl Moore. You done hit the button and fallen asleep. Lord of mercy. Go ahead, Monique. I guess he'll wake up in a
Yeah,
minute.
so what I will say is that I listened to you guys' commentary and stuff like that. You very well was
Yes,
much
I
as
am. Can you hear
supportive.
me?
Oh, okay, there you go, there you go.
There you go. All right, sir. Was
All
you
right.
asleep? Okay, go ahead, Daryl. Daryl, speak. Daryl Moore. Oh my goodness gracious. Daryl
Can
Moore.
you hear me?
Yes.
You can
Yes,
hear
I
me.
can hear you.
I can't hear
Yes,
you.
I
I don't
can
know
hear
why.
you. Okay, go out and come back in, sir.
Let me go out and come back in.
Oh, praise the Lord. He got it. Okay, Mary.
Okay, I literally just got off my live, so I'm like,
I'm gonna
what
go
did
out
I
and come back
miss?
in. It's delayed.
Okay. All right, Daryl.
Okay, so where are we in the topic of conversation?
I just said all the things that I needed to say and get myself off. Mary, I was just letting them know that I did not have a problem with St. James when they were throwing my name around and making all them sort of accusations against me that I did not appreciate. And I just laid them all out. That's what I said. I didn't curse. I didn't do none of that. I just said what I had to say, and I'm just done with all of this foolishness. This is why I told everybody I was taking a step back and focusing on me. But they made this about Bernard Jordan and me and St. James over here on this side. Now, Larry done bought his scrotum ball sniffing poop on the peen self out here in the
Oh shit.
public today. And you're going to say you're going to out your mentor, but you love him though. But you love him though, right? We all supposed to believe that Larry Reid loves Bernard Jordan. And time after time, here come Larry. Tell me, oh, if you say my name one more time, if you do this one more time, Larry, just admit it. You want to come out here and tell all Bernard Jordan's business. Just say what it is, bro. And guess what? When you come out here and say what Bernard Jordan's business is, we already know, nigga. It ain't no surprise to none of us. Now, it might surprise some of these church people that is deep gutturally into all of this and is fooled by all of this. But for those of us that have a brain, we know who y'all are. When you went to that Kevin Terry concert in them matching velour suits, we knew what it was. Go ahead, Daryl.
All right. I'm gonna respect your channel, and I'm gonna do the best I can to bridle my tongue. I've been reading some of the comments in the chat. People try to tie our hands and have us play by a different set of rules, and these demons ain't got no rules they play by.
Right.
They want us to, oh, you got to be the bigger person. You got to take the high road. No, moving forward, we matching energy. You go low, we going to go lower. We're going to take your ass to the depths of hell and have a revival. That's what we going to do. If you throw shots and you throwing slick shade, you're going to get dealt with. Period. All this, oh, you got to be the bigger person. And while we being the bigger person, we getting hit left, right, upside down, every direction possible. These jokers don't play by any rules. They have no ethics, nothing. And we're
No
supposed to
integrity, none.
zero, zero. They will sell their own mama down the river for $1. They
But
have no integrity.
yeah, I can't even say. I was gonna say something to you, but I gotta remember who I was talking to. Let me let me be quiet.
Yeah, but look here. Here's the thing. You out here, and I'm not just saying this guy, you're my friend.
Well, Bernard Jordan, the link has been dropped. So if any case and reason you feel the need to come up, you're more than
step on out the way.
No. He's more than happy to come up whenever he deems necessary.
Yeah.
He won't.
Because all these people, like I'm gonna tell you, old country saying, you can put a bunch of rattlesnakes in a bag, and you can, as long as you don't shake that bag, they'll slither and crawl all over each other. But the minute you agitate that bag, them snakes gonna start biting each other. 1 week these jokers is friends, the next week they're enemies. Then next thing you know, they back friends again. They flip flop all day. They're opportunists and they're transactional friends. They are together as long as it makes them $1 and gets them
absolutely
a like a view.
Well, yeah, and I mean, me and yeah, no, I was just gonna say, well, I mean, if people want to come out here and, air out dirty laundry, similar to what we all said about the whole EJ situation, okay, you want to come air somebody out, but you were participating in those things with them, and you were privy to it because you were participating. So it's like you want to throw somebody else under the bus, but you were in the inner circle. You
right.
were that you were okay with everything that was going on until the money ran out.
But you know what, Mary, that's part of the issue, and I'm not I want Vincent to understand my comment. That's a lot of people's issue with Vincent. A lot of y'all can't get over the fact that Vincent was over there with Larry. So every time Vincent says anything, people look at Vincent a certain type of way. In the beginning, I was guilty of that myself, right? So I said, you know what? I had to take a step back and say, okay, let Vincent divest himself of all of that energy that was over there. And if you see Vincent, he has slowly shifted his content, he shifted his conversation. Vincent is on a whole different trajectory, right? So the only thing that you could do is respect that and give Vincent space, room, and time for him to be himself, right? And that's why some of you just can't get over it. But let me tell you something. The same people who complaining about Vincent, you over there supporting all of these other nincompoops. You talk about all this stuff about Vincent and all this stuff, but you show going over there to Dr. Dingleberry and all of them other folks. You don't have a problem with them. And this is the craziness of all of this. And I realize the same people that's in all of these other people's chat come over here. We all are sharing the same folks because this is a small niche of people. Just understand that. I know a lot of y'all think y'all world famous, but you about as famous as a bookstore. I need for you to understand we're all sharing the same people. So everybody just needs to go to their respective corners and learn to be respectful and leave folks alone. I'm not messing with nobody. I just want to make my content. I did not appreciate being thrown under the bus. I did not appreciate it. And I took the fall. And I didn't even get the respect and the appreciation for just going my way and closing my mouth. I had to be looked upon, talked upon in a certain way, and shade thrown at me consistently. And I said, okay, y'all do you. But I don't play.
Okay, Marcellus.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to ask you this. Given your commentary, given everything that you've been doing, did you really kind of expect that? Right?
Did I repeat your question? I want to make sure I
I
fully
said,
understand.
giving
Mm-hmm.
your commentary,
Mm-hmm.
giving what you stand for, giving who you are. Did you really expect for them to celebrate your win?
No, I didn't expect any of that. To be quite frank with you, I didn't
Well, I
expect
think
any.
that, I mean, not to speak for Marcellus, but I think that maybe he thought there was some form of mutual respect there because he never outwardly disrespected some of the people he thought he was close to because he's had offline conversations with them that would have made him believe that everything was kosher. And then just because he decided to step back, all of a sudden, he takes the fall for it. So I don't think it was necessarily he should have
No, I
expected.
think I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not for everybody else. It
Mhm.
is for his surrounding circle. His surrounding circle. He was expecting for them to come and be there for him. And when
Listen,
they're not there,
right,
okay,
right.
go ahead. Go
No,
ahead. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I totally get
Yeah.
what you're saying, and I think
It's
that that
not for
was
everybody else. It's not for everybody else. It's for the ones that I say I mess with.
right.
If
But I
I
need.
mess with you, you mess with me, you
Mhm.
celebrate me, I celebrate you. But then, Marcellus, you have brought this stuff to the forefront to under for us to understand that people is just not messing with us that way.
Well, listen,
Like
I
we
was. Well,
okay.
see, hold on. I was respectful to everyone. As although I was looked upon as being someone who was so angry, y'all forget the name of the channel is Mad Church Disease. It doesn't mean I'm mad. I'm not mad at anybody. Was I disappointed? Absolutely. Because even after
Mm-hmm.
he was on that platform, and Bernard Jordan is with us at this particular point in time, I was in the private chat with St. James and them the night he was on the platform. So they can't make it about me disliking Bernard Jordan and having that sort of situation because everybody knows my feelings about this stuff. So I make no
It's
bones
no
about it.
secret. It's no
Right.
secret.
It's no secret. Bernard Jordan, I'm going to give you the platform. You are welcome to ask me anything or say your piece because let me just say this. Let me just say this. I don't know what your ex-mentee is trying to do, but let me just say this. Do I believe you should have been paid your rent? Absolutely. That's number one. Nobody should go a whole year without paying rent. That just makes sense, right? Nobody can do that. You can't even do that nowhere in the world. That's number one. Number two, what is he so upset about? That I didn't hear the whole program. All I know is he made statements that you said certain things toward him and money that he says that you didn't help him with to some effect. And this is how you know I don't care and I don't know because I have not a clue. I can't even articulate it as I should because I don't care that much. Um, so you have
Are
the
you
right
still
to
there?
say.
Because you cut out.
Yes, I'm still here.
I
You
don't
can
hear
go ahead.
you.
Can you hear me now?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Uh-oh. Can you hear anybody else on the panel?
I don't know
I
if you can
can.
hear me.
I can hear
Yeah, oh no, I
everybody.
was
I
wondering if
cannot
he
hear
could.
you.
Oh,
It's not
he
it's
might
not
have to do
me.
what Daryl did.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come
Mm.
back in.
Hello?
Go out and come back in. Somebody tell Bernard Jordan to go out and come back in, please.
Oh Lord. Here we go.
StreamYard doing what StreamYard does.
Yeah,
Hello, that part, that part.
he's gonna have to go out and come back in because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's just crazy that people are just taking it so like personal
Testing one,
for
two.
certain things. Oh, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us? We can hear you. I can hear you.
Mm-mm. No. No hear you. Or he no hear you or us.
I can hear him.
Yeah, we could hear him.
We can hear you.
I cannot hear anything at all.
We can hear you.
Can
Is the
y'all hear
chat telling
me?
him to exit
Yes,
and come
we can
back?
hear
You
you.
can
Go
hear
out.
me.
Yes.
Okay. Um, God bless you, my brother. I just happened to be scrolling through and I saw my name coming up, and I was listening to conversation. My wife and I, we're here in Virginia at Virginia Union University, just auditing some classes, and I want the family to be clear that this is the first time I'm hearing a lot of these statements. Um, as you know, I found out that Larry was no longer um, connected with me in any way online. And we found that shocking because of the closeness and the proximity. I never would have want this to come into the body of Christ and to have this to become a conversation that become divisive and end up in the way that it is. We've shown nothing but love um, in the body of Christ. We've extended ourselves, my family and I, in a lot of ways. Um, I've been over 45 years, no, excuse me, over 50 years in the prophetic. Um, Stood believing that God would raise up Black prophets in America. I've had a chance to speak to kings, the United Nations, prophesied about apartheid, wrote a book, Written Judgment. And there's so many things that we could talk about positively about the prophetic. And yet there's these negative sound bites that we have people choose to take on. And when I was with Larry, I would say soften the tone during the time of mentoring. Make sure it's easy to tear down. It's better and you could be more effective if you would build up. Anyone can be, you can go through a house and demolish it in a day, but it can take months, maybe years, to build it back to where it needs to be. So let our words be something that is constructive. I've been getting calls all day from bloggers. I even heard it said that he wanted to kill me or that he would kill me. Um, these have now become threats. And I want to know for what. Whatever there is that he feels as though he has on me, he should bring it out. I've been faithful to my wife. I've been faithful to my family. I've been faithful to my faith. And to watch a community characterized, a person that taken a hit for the prophetic, stood when it was uncomfortable to stand, and to give you the feel of it, the church in Manhattan, there's a reason that you don't find many Black churches. Well, there are no Black churches from 110th Street down to Wall Street in Manhattan. That theater is a landmark theater. Um, and when Matthew approached us, he was always paying almost double the rent at his last place. So we gave him a break in comparison. The first year he did excellent. He paid on time. It was a contract that was agreed upon. After the year was up, he said he wanted to go month to month. We worked with them. We said, okay, you can go month to month, but we would really like to get the lease re-signed. And then in that, he ran into a situation. He said, I need you to bear with me for a moment, and my rent's going to be late. And then it was months. And we bared with them until it became unbearable. In a lot of ways, my family and people in my community says, Bishop, you're too kind. And maybe this might be the price of nice. So we let him go a week late. And then a week is not enough. Then we let it go a month late. Then a month not enough. Then it goes 3 months late. Now it's $500,000 that is owed. They kept, the accounting department has kept receipts of it. When word got back that he was complaining about the property, that it was old, he didn't like the way it was on the inside. I said, you had all right to remodel it or do whatever you want. We let you have the entire place. We says, go and find another. So we're gonna just ask you to go ahead and leave. At that moment, he took it upon himself and said, the first Sunday in October, we will move and we'll move all of our stuff out and turn the keys over. We said, fine. The first Sunday has passed. Second Sunday's here. Still stuff is in the church. So as a believer, I like to believe that we shouldn't have to take one another's to court, that we should be mature enough to settle things among ourselves. He did say, I'm going to take care of all the rent, the arrears in from the past. I like to believe he's a prophet. I believe Matthew Stevens is a prophet. A prophet's word don't fall to the ground. But now I can't get him to pick up a phone. It's radio silence. And then I see bloggers attacking me. How do you turn yourself into a victim? And to keep the community whole, um, our members are just in prayer. And at the same time, there's
Can you
people
hear
that
me now,
don't know me,
Bishop?
don't know my character. And now it turns up that they
We
had me
can.
that I've been unfaithful to. How did a person don't pay me rent? I'm now unfaithful to my wife.
Can you hear me?
How is it? I mean, and y'all are bloggers. Your ears are to the street. How is all of a sudden I'm gay? How did
Okay,
that come out?
can you hear me? Can you hear me, Bishop? Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
No, I can hear you. We can hear you. Can
Y'all
you
can hear
hear
me?
us? Yes. Can you hear us?
Okay. So, Larry, I'm praying for his well being. I don't like what I'm hearing because it's like all the work that we've done with him, he's thrown all that away. At first, he wanted to
Bishop,
know how I
Bishop,
voted. I
Bishop.
told him, you'll never
We
know how
can't hear
I vote.
you.
My church does not know how I vote.
Yeah, he going on and
I
on and
says,
can't
when I go
hear.
into the voting booth, a curtain goes around the person that's voting. And I says, and you never want to, as a prophet, to be a prophet to a party. You want to be a prophet to a nation, whatever that is. But my vote on either side should not be a deciding factor about a relationship. Until this day, I still have not revealed how I voted. I refuse to let a party dictate a relationship. The next thing is, he said it wasn't the vote. He said it was the ancestors. Now he blamed the ancestors, and the ancestors says separate from your mentor. I'm okay with the separation. I just don't like the tearing down. And I'm hearing here that I'm a master manipulator. We just did a donation to an HBCU of $8 million to build digital technology in a space. We put people through college. We empower our communities. And with what's going on in this administration, you're going to need as many Black leaders as you can find because the troops is coming to a neighborhood near you. And if you don't have voices and if you bloggers do not pull together as a community and hear what's happening in our streets, unemployment has doubled among Black women compared to white women. Check the data. Go to Perplexity AI. 7.5% unemployment, Black unemployment. Contracts are being pulled away from our cities, which means that your Black contractors will soon not find work because they want to make sure they're not DEI hired. We need to come now with answers. This here tearing down of our leaders in the church, our major denominational leaders, you're weakening your base. And the Black church has always been the base in the Black community where we met. And you
Okay.
hating the church is not going to be a space of
Uh
salvation.
Now I don't know if you can hear me. because I don't think you can hear me. I just want to say this. I don't think everybody hates the institutional church. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No. I don't think he can hear us, you guys.
Oh, everybody there? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because somebody, you're gonna probably need to get another phone or
Let
something.
me get my wife's phone so I can hear.
Because let me
hold on. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, let me say this. You all.
It is the name of the show is I know it's Marcellus. I believe that's the name.
It's Mad Church Disease. It's okay.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, it's all right. I
think it's
gave
Mad.
it.
Is it
That's
Mad,
right, Mad
Church
Disease. That is correct. Listen, you all. First of all, this is the thing. Although I get what he is saying, but we need to get to
YouTube.
I want to address a couple of things.
MER, I believe it is.
Oh no, what is wrong with Lord, this technology? That's why they need us. Do you see why they need us?
If you type in, I think you put Bernard Jordan. I think they put there, and maybe you can find it. Sorry to hold y'all up.
That's all right. But
this
listen,
is a 66-year-old man here.
That's why y'all need us, like I said. Listen, you all. Although I agree with what he's saying, but here's the thing. Larry's mad at the close of the relationship. And although he's mentioning all of these other things,
Mad Church Disease, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's what it is.
Oh, Bishop, he's so. These are the moments where I'm like, this is so precious. He just showing all his age.
Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's it. That's what it
is. Okay, I got you.
Okay, good. All right.
I can hear you now.
That's what it is.
Good. Okay.
Is there a way to get your...
These are the moments where I'm like, this is so precious. He just showing all his age. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you now, sir. No,
okay. Hang
is
on.
Your name Marcellus? Just help me out, please.
It is Marcellus. Listen. I'm gonna hang on. Everybody, hang on for just a second.
Okay.
I can hear you now, sir. No,
it's a lag in between.
Let me listen. I'm gonna.
The best thing to do,
everybody, hang on for just a second.
Bishop Jordan, is to go out of this live and come back up if you can't hear.
Yeah, re-hit the link.
You have to re-hit the link. So go out.
It's a delay. Yes.
Yes. So if you go out and come back, it should level out and even out on your end so you can hear us.
Of this live and come back up if you can't hear us. Yeah, re-hit the link.
Re-hit the link. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Go out and come back.
Yes. So if you go out and come back, it should level out and even out on your end so you can hear us.
Okay, I'll go and come back in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, re-hit the link.
Re-hit the link. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Go out and come back. So if you go out,
okay.
It should level out even out on your end so you can hear us.
Okay, I'll go and come back in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Daryl, I'm gonna let you speak later. Just hang on.
I just want to make sure you can hear me because I just want
I can hear you. Hold on, sir. Let's let him speak and get out what he needs to say, and then we'll come back. Hang on, we got nothing but time, sir.
Oh, ain't no problem. I got a few people I want to comment in these comments.
Okay. All right. We'll come back. We'll come back. Okay, Bishop Jordan, can you hear us now, sir?
I still don't hear.
Oh man.
Let me cut mine back up.
Well, there's going to be a lag. So just understand there's going to be a delay. So if you can hear me, there's going to be a delay. So I'm going to speak a certain way. So just understand.
I can hear you. I can hear you there. Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me allow so that we can kind of iron some of this stuff out and cool some of the flames of this unnecessary stuff. Bishop Jordan.
I can hear you there. Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me allow so that we can
kind of iron some of this stuff out and cool some of the flames of this unnecessary stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Bishop Jordan, I understand that Larry is upset with you for whatever reason that he's upset with you. Can you tell us, and I think you've communicated this well before, but can you tell us what your feeling is about where he is currently? Is that something that you're surprised about? Do you understand why he's mad? Is there something? Do you understand why he's upset? That's my first question. Your feeling is about where he is currently. Is that something that you're surprised about? Do you understand why he's mad? Is there something? Do you understand why he's upset? That's my first question.
I do not understand why he is upset. And that's the puzzling thing.
Okay. Uh-oh, he's gone. He's gone. Let me see. He's got I don't know what's going on. And Daryl, calm down. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Right. Maybe you should just turn the camera off till you get right.
Okay. So, all right. So hang on, Bishop Jordan. Listen, we may have to. I want to give you more than an opportunity to speak. But I have some questions, and I would be more than happy to, revisit this because the lag is like really preventing us from really being able to hear you carefully. And somebody says that he has two windows open. Let me see. Can I kick this one? Let me see if that'll help him out. I don't know. This is a StreamYard situation, you all. It's not me. I promise you. It's not me. All right. This has been one interesting day, I tell you. I don't know. This is a StreamYard situation, you all. It's not me. I promise you. It's not me. I know they get a kick out of that name, the Mad Church Disease. I guess I should probably tell them why the channel's called Mad Church Disease, right? Because they don't know. All right, Daryl. I'll get you. I'll let you speak in a moment, Daryl. Just stay calm. Okay, can you hear me, Bishop Jordan? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Good.
Can you hear me loud?
I can hear you great. Now, Bishop Jordan, here's the thing. And normally I don't call people by their titles. I'm doing that now because I don't want to offend your audience, because I'm sure some of them are in the chat. Because I don't do the title thing, but that's okay. Here's the thing. I don't understand the vitriolic nature of all of the dismantling of this mentor-mentee relationship. And I don't want you to have to revisit this, but from what I heard today is the most disgusting display of some of the most, he accuses you of being a narcissist. And I think, there's a whole lot of narcissistic stuff to go around here. And I just think that this is just disgusting. And I think he's lying. I think there's a whole lot of lying going on all around this whole situation. I understand what you're saying. I've been telling all of the people on my platform about people, and the job loss. That's something that we discuss over here on this platform. So I am very much aware, and that's something that I've talked to my audience about. I'm not sure if other vloggers are doing that. The only reason why I'm discussing this is because I think it's hypocritical for him to come out here and say he's going to expose you and he's going to do all of this exposure of you and so forth. And I wanted to clear up some things with St. James because the audience did not understand why I disappeared. They made it about me and my situation as far as you're concerned, because I don't believe in a lot of that stuff. I've been around church my whole life. And some of the things that I've seen over the years, and we can of course discuss it at a later time offline, however you feel. I bought your book. Even when you told Larry not to send it to me, I went out and bought it.
Wait a minute, hold on. I never told Larry not to send you something.
Yeah, you did. You told him. You said it live on the air. Yes, you did, sir.
What is
the written judgments. I went out and bought the book because when Bishop Brown was going through the situation he was going through, And I made some statements about you giving back his wife the money that she tied to you because she was going to be in a situation. And I said, you know, you guys to give her back her money. Larry didn't bring me up on the platform, and you told him when I did come up on the platform, because Larry was supposed to send me the book. And I said, well, Larry, send me the book and I'll read it, because I'm not one of these people who just says these things. I'll go and read the book and the prophecies. I have the book. Okay. So I said, okay, so here's the thing. My thing is this. It is hypocritical for Larry to be coming out here talking about he's going to expose somebody, and for whatever reason, and he alluded to your sexuality. Let's just be clear. I'm gonna put it all out there. Let's just say what it is. He alluded to the fact that, you know, you allegedly could be a bottom. I think that was the word that he used. And he says he's gonna inform your wife, and he's gonna tell everybody. He's gonna tell everybody and everything and all of this kind of stuff. And my thing is this. I don't know why Larry all of a sudden had these euphoric epiphanies now that he realized that you're such a master manipulator. This is what he calls you, a master manipulator, and all of these other things. Were you a master manipulator when you were helping him make all this money and do all of these things? That's what I'm confused.
It was mother master manipulator.
Yeah, mother master manipulator, he called you.
New one.
You know, now here's the thing, Bernard, I'm straightforward. I shoot from the hip. I have trouble with a lot of these prophetic messages and words and all of this stuff. Some of the people that you know, I know. I don't drop names, but we'll talk offline, and I'll be more than happy to share with you who I know. Sure. But listen to me very carefully. This is disturbing. It is disturbing on so many levels beyond some of the things that you mentioned. I just think that Larry is not being honest in his dialogue, and I think that he is simply going after you in that sense because you are now on St. James's platform. Now, that's my opinion. That is my opinion. I think I'm entitled to that. You going over there to that platform has made you target number one in Larry's mind. And so when you mention his name or you say anything about him, he's going to use that as an excuse in his mind to come out here and expose you, because he says you've done this to Brian Karn. He said you're going after Matthew Stevenson, and he has an issue with that. But I believe if anybody doesn't pay rent for a year, they should be put out. But he said you didn't put him out. Matthew Stevenson left.
Right. Well, and thank God that he did. I just want to say that, again, this is not only disturbing, but it's an opportunity for us to practice what I call forgiveness. You know, Jesus said, Peter says, how many times do I forgive my brother in a day? And he says 70 times 7. And after the situation happened with Larry, I began to hire a coach. Now, I know Larry's been going around telling people, these are people in my church, there's members of my church. This coach is not a member of my church. This coach has never been in a prayer line in my church. This is a professional coach that does therapy work. And her resume is extensive. She's traveled the world and worked with government leaders. And she's working with me with the practice of letting go of resentment and beginning to, and so I had to do some work around this before I even would do my first interview, because I wanted to make sure I was not bringing out a grievance, but more of a message. So how many times do you forgive your brother? The scripture says 70 times 7 in a day. When I count that, that's every 3.5 minutes, the situation will come up. Forgiveness is not a one-time event. Forgiveness is something that you have to practice. And so I've been practicing forgiving Larry, forgiving him for the harm he tried to bring to me. I forgive you. Forgive me for the lies you've said concerning me. I forgive you. I forgive you for the betrayal that you're demonstrating. I forgive you. I forgive you for feeling hurt by me. I forgive you. I forgive you of every false accusation that is made. I forgive you. And I also had to learn how to work with regrets. I regret ever meeting you. I regret exchanging time with you. I regret every moment that we've had together spiritually. And I had to really get honest with him. And then the question is, why do you regret that? Because if we'd never met, his children wouldn't be asking questions of their father if they do. Here's a man that you called America's Black prophet and that prayed for our family. Now you're saying he's a manipulator. I think to put that confusion in children's mind. He met my children. He met my grandchildren. He met my great-grandchild, and then I have grandchildren that watch all of your shows. So when they hear you talking about the patriarch of their family, that says something else. So Larry knows where to stab, where it can hurt. Just keep pushing it. So now he's brought my wife into it. Now you can't go much lower than that. He went after the son. He went after my daughter because my daughter was working with his platform and put out that she tried to steal his database. She has no use of his database. We helped build the Taruma app so people can give. We've been so kind. And yes, Larry gave. If he said he gave $3 million over the life that he's known me, he only gave $3 million because he made $30 million. Now you got to ask the question. If he made $30 million, who raised it?
Now, do you really believe he made 30 million? Do you know that to be sure, Bishop?
He made it. Yes, he did.
Okay.
He made it. No, that's where you don't drive around in Rolls Royces and have the expansive life that he had. He brought cars for his people. He did so many great, he gave to so many of his staff, Shamako, Kendall. He dressed them. He took care of them.
Well, I am of the opinion, because I understand. I just don't sit on the side of this. I've sat on boards of churches. I understand how nonprofits work. I understand how some of the people are able to acquire some of the things that they acquire. And I think it's unfortunate that, there sometimes individuals can present themselves to be one way when it's really something else. I remember I've known Larry before Larry Reid became the Larry Reid live show that you all are seeing now. So this is a new Larry who has metamorphosed into this man that he is now. And so it's all of the things that he is saying is quite troubling, as far as I'm concerned, from talking to dead people to all of this. He's looking at everything. So I'm not even gonna go there, but all I'm gonna say is this: Bishop Jordan, this man has made some very strong accusations. He has made some very hefty statements to the public, and he has threatened that if you say one more thing, and I think you done broke the law already, because you came up
and did this on your show,
right?
Larry, and watch this, Larry. I love you, but I don't love what you're doing right now, and I think that it's a cheap shot. And my thing is, you've got to ask yourself the question, and I'm not saying this as a narcissist. I'm just saying this for reflection. Was life better with me or without me? Because your mentor shortens the distance in your life.
My opinion. I don't know that to be the fact. But I think he's angry because life was better. And you made a statement on one of St. James's programs. You said he's going to have to come back around this way. You made a statement kind of alluding to the fact that he's going to have to come by this way again. And I think that is a thorn in his side, because I think that he is most certainly going to, that's the one thing that he's going to keep hearing and reverberating in his hearing. And that's the one thing that you said out of that entire interview that sticks in my ear, is the fact that you made it very clear that he's going to have to come back around.
And he will. And the reason why is because as a spiritual father, as much as he may denounce me, I must stand with my arms open. Every son gets an opportunity to be prodigal. You can walk away. I've had some of my own children walk away, not speak to me for years. We covered that story about my son Manasseh on the show. Now my son and I, we speak every day, sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. I was calming him down today about it. I said, son, just be okay. This is all part of life. And when Larry comes around, like all the others, we'll love him and embrace him. But the relationship will never, ever be the same as it was, because we will all grow into being different kinds of people. And yes, Larry will come back around this direction again.
Now, do you think you going on the St. James's platform is the reason why some of this stuff is coming up at this particular point? Do you think that that has something to do with it, or you just don't think that has anything to do with it?
Well, I'm on your platform now.
Well, everybody knows how I feel about these folks, so I'm not scared. It'll never affect me. It'll affect the other folks.
Right.
But do you think that's why he's doing this?
He was doing it before I was on St. James platform. This was happening last year before the election.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you how I got on St. James platform. I kept saying, Larry is really putting all this stuff out. I says, we need to go on one of the blog shows. So we started naming all the different bloggers. And we didn't know a whole bunch. And we said, well, we threw out different names. We threw out Tasha K. We said, maybe we should reach out to Tasha K. And then we says, no, maybe we should reach out to King Jive. I says, no. I says, maybe. I said, let me think about it. So this is Manasseh and I going forward. He says, there's this guy that keeps playing my music. And he calls me as a praise and worship leader. And I said, who? I said, have you ever met him? He says, no. I said, who is it? He says, it's St. James. So then the governor, this is a guy who used to be a governor of he helped raise my sons with us and lived with us for over 20 years. And now is in Florida there. And he helps out Manasseh every now and then. He used to drive the vehicles and take care of the estate. He says, this guy, St. James, he told Manasseh, says, you need to connect with him. So I says, well, Manasseh, he knows you. He doesn't know me. He said, I said, reach out to him. So Manasseh didn't reach out to him, but I went in my inbox, which I don't do. He had sent me something back about 4 months ago saying, I see you getting ready to be elevated, and I'd like to cover the story or something of that nature. And so I tagged him back, and he hit me back right away. And that's how we connected. I said, I would like to come on your platform to talk about this thing, to kind of bring a balance to what's actually going on.
Right.
And that's how he got in there. It wasn't like he was seeking it. We didn't, I was just as baffled to say, well, what's going on with you and Larry? I says, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Everything I'm finding out is in the public. And that was an interview. And I spoke with William McCrae today because he reached out. He says, Bishop, yes, I spoke with William McCrae today. I said, but watch this. None of you other ones called me. Y'all just went and did the story. William McCrae called me and said, what's going on before I go live? I says, here we go. And we talked for hours. And I said, William, you know our family. You know our story. And
right. Well, just hang on, Daryl. Hang on. Go ahead and finish.
This is the Daryl Moore.
This is the Daryl Moore.
Right. The Daryl Moore. Yeah, I think he texted me one day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's probably texted everybody. Daryl done text everybody. I'm sure he done got to the Apostle Paul too. But Daryl, I'm gonna give you a chance. Hold on, Daryl. I just have one more question for you. And I'm sorry. Now this might be a bomb burner. Rosalind Weems. Let me ask you about Rosalind Weems.
Sure, please.
I did a Google search and found out that even before she was in the federal charges, that this lady was well, it's not alleged, crooked. This woman was a crook.
Yes.
And I'm baffled how you, Larry, and all of the people that were around, how did none of you all do any research to find out who this woman was? Because I have people who have emailed me about the amount of money that they have lost in relation to this woman, and no one seems to be caring to make any of these people whole as it relates to the things that she has done. So my question to you is this: how did you guys not do any research on this woman?
Well, I think what began to happen when anybody come to us, like, I haven't done no research on you before I came here.
Gotcha.
Haven't done no research on Daryl Moore. People are coming to us all the time in the church and in the faith. I'm not sure how she came. She came during the pandemic. So, of course, during that time, she probably showed up on a telephone conference call or whatever the case may be. And she was offering, because she had a site offering stock advice or something.
Yeah. I've been to the website.
Yeah, whatever. So that's what she was doing. So it was no different than if she went and stopped at a blog site or whatever. When she did not make good on a word that she had given, I confronted her, and leadership confronted her about it. Says, Rosalind, at the end of the day, all you have is your word. If you're promising people this, you promise them X, you need to do X. You need to keep your word. And that's where it went. And after that, we kind of distanced ourselves, but was still kind of connected in a way, saying, you really make good. And it came up because she was supposed to had given a car to someone that she had offered to purchase the car for them it was at Larry's event, and the car never showed up. And so what happened was Larry went and purchased a car and gave the car to a person that was in need, that was in the service, and that had no vehicle, had lost his vehicle. He went and purchased a car. And then I said, Larry says, your word is out there. It happened here. You need to go ahead and make that. And Larry stepped up to the plate and did that, although she faltered on that. And then at that point, that's when a lot of things started to become unraveled. And then we says, okay, they got a situation here. And then all of a sudden, everything else began to come up. You cannot treat the people of God bad and rob the people of God and expect to get away with it. The Bible says God is not mocked. Whatsoever you sow, you're going to reap. So the situation with Rosalind is not the only type of people. When in our churches comes individuals that are in all kinds of walks of life. We don't even want to talk about the people that are pedophiles or the people that are sexual molesters and predators, rather. I would like to use the word predator. And people say, well, they were so nice. I said, all predators are nice. That's how they lure you in.
Right.
And I think that this is one of the things that, again, as a community, it's like this. If you see something, say something.
Right.
When that got seen, that's when he says, okay, the integrity here is just out of whack.
Now, Bishop, we've been on for 2 hours. I'm going to give you an opportunity to get out all of your thoughts because I don't want to cut you off. But there's so many questions I have. And the reason why vloggers probably didn't call you.
I will come back.
Please do, because I will give you more than happy, opportunity to say your piece. First of all, because you and I should talk offline. Number one, because I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking you because I have strong questions. I'm not like these other vloggers. I have a little bit more stronger questions for you.
I've heard some of your I've heard some of your statements.
Right. And I don't want you to feel like you're being attacked because that's not my nature. And I don't want anybody to feel like they're being attacked. So we will bring you back on the platform. But I want you to understand that when I ask you these questions, because that's why I'm not asking you the questions now, chat, because I don't want you to feel like you're being attacked or caught off guard. I want you to be well prepared. And I want you to be able to give some articulation to a lot of things, because I have been in church my whole life. Some of the things that you have gone through, I have been in church my whole life. Some of the things that you have gone through, I have been in church my whole life. Some of the things that you have gone through, I have been in church my whole life. within the Christian denomination and church. I have been around for those things. And I think that I can ask you questions about those things that these other vloggers do not know and are not aware of. And so I will be more than happy to bring you back. Would you like to say anything else before we transition?
Sure. I see somebody here saying, someone says, wake up, people, do not give money to the church. No offense, Bishop. So let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
You watch commercials on television, and it's a 1 hour show. You're going to go through about 15 or 20 commercials. That's an offering plate. And, Jesus says the children of this world are wiser in their generation than the children of light. Now, do you ask for money here, or you tell people don't give money here?
Well, I ask for people to support the actual work that I do, even online as well as offline, because I actually do things offline for people that I don't talk about. So yes, I actually ask them for support. I don't demand it. I don't say, if you give me this money, I'm going to give you this, or I'm going to send you this, or those types of things. I don't do that. I don't play those games. So whatever people give over here, and plus, when they give to this particular platform, I don't, I don't make promises. I just say thank you for your support, and etc. I don't give ambiguous things to them, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that's going on with the church bishop, and this is why you all need to hear from people such as myself, because
Sure.
I'm going to give you I have the testicular fortitude to tell you the truth. Here's the deal. The reason why the church is losing its grip on the minds of so many individuals is because of the games that have been played. And the reason why so many churches are closing their doors, and I've been saying this for years, the reason why this stuff is happening is because we cannot. First of all, most pastors do not know how to relate faith to culture. You're still trying to do things and say things that the culture has shifted from, and you're not understanding, or no one can give articulation to it, so that preachers can really make adjustments to how they're speaking and how they're talking. It's not that I'm against the church. I just try to tell people that Jesus plus nothing equals everything. The reason why the channel is called Mad Church Disease, because of mad cow disease. It affects the neurological system of the cow, so that the cow can't stand up on its own legs. The reason why the church is in the condition that it's in is because most of the people cannot stand up on their own spiritual 2 feet. They're always hooked up to some prophetic word, or hooked up to some situation in order to receive nourishment. Jesus plus nothing equals everything. I stand by it. I believe it, because we have done so many things to put a harness on the Spirit of God, and it has prevented so many people from really being able to see Jesus for who he is in their own personal life. Now, that's just my situation, and that's why I said we can discuss this in depth at a later time, because we've been on for 2 hours, and I don't normally stay on this long. But I want you to get out everything that you want to say. So if you have anything else that you want to articulate, you have the floor again, sir. And then I'm going to come to you, Daryl.
Yeah, and the reason that the people give to you, Marcellus, is because you're offering what is called a service, right? Whether it is a commentary, you're offering service, or in some cases you may be offering them entertainment. Whatever it is a service. And people have every right to give to services or platforms that they want to keep into action, because you don't know what the difference that may have made. So that's what I would say about that. And I would say that the reason the doors are closing in the church, I don't believe it's about the games that are being played. And I believe the doors are not closing just in the church, but in every institution, whether you look at government, education. People went to school, go to school, get a 4-year degree, come out and get a good job. People have not been able to work in fields that they were promised in. We're looking at a changing age right now, that everything that used to work no more. Now, the question is, how do you dance with what's new? We are not a church nor a traditional church. We're not even in our building. We have become a cyber church, but we prophesied about this. This was built over 20 years ago. We had already built this out. We built a studio out. So I will say support your churches locally because you're going to need them. For what's coming, y'all are going to need it. And you may not see it now, but you're going to wish for it later.
Well, I definitely want to bring you back on because they never like for me to talk politics, but I definitely want to bring you back on since some of the genesis of this was around the political aspect. So I would definitely like to bring you back on to speak about that because one of my mentors, and see, this is the thing. Some people don't know. They just don't know. You were very close to one of my mentors. And we will talk about that at a later particular time. We're not going to discuss that now. But I will just simply tell you this. We definitely have some conversation that must be had because there's a lot of stuff going on and we just need to be honest about it. And I feel like some people, when you make some of these strong statements, people are like, well, I don't know. I've been saying this for 14 years, Bishop Jordan. I've been telling the church this for 14 years. And for some odd reason, I don't know why the church isn't getting it. I've gone through it numerous times. We've talked about it through books and all other stuff. But anyway, I appreciate you coming up and having the testicular fortitude to do so. I'm sorry that we didn't have enough time to really get into this, but I definitely want to talk to you some more about it. And I definitely will tell you, I'm not like the other people when it comes to this kind of situation. I don't, so I'll just put it to you that way. But I'll reach out some kind of way. Somebody find out a way to give him my information, and I'll put it in the private chat or something. I don't know. You may not know how to work this because you seem to have a little issue over there. But I can give it to you because you don't know. I would put you on the spot and ask you about one more person that I think y'all need to get rid of. Brian Carn. Why can't we just get rid of Brian Carn? Why can't y'all just get rid of him? Why can't you just say call him what he is and be done with it? What's wrong with y'all?
So let me just say this, Marcellus, and it's interesting you break that up because that's what Larry was also alluding to. When and I'm trying to say this gingerly, when I confronted Brian Carn about a situation, the church called me in and rebuked me. So that's why from the surface, something may look one way. But we had church leaders that came to me, colleagues, bishops, and apostles, and said to me, leave him alone. And I says, no, but X, Y, and Z. No, leave him alone. X, Y, and Z. And every one of those individuals had a sad situation happen. Now, I love Brian Carnes like I love all gifts. And I realize everyone has its flaws. But we've got to start to become a body of believers that we've got to stand together to begin to make correction where correction is needed. And it's not just, I'm going to stand for the prophetic. Okay, because the first thing to do, when people say prophet, they want me to say false prophet. If you say prophet, false prophet, that goes off in a person's head right away. And I'm going to stand for these young prophets coming up. I says, man, your word can't fall to the ground. You got to have integrity. You have to keep your life together. But then we have other people that says, don't listen to Jordan. You got people come up here and saying, he's a master manipulator. So how do you say to a father, he's a master manipulator, and when he goes to correct his sons goes back and echoes what the fathers have said? Well, and so that's the point that we want to make.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I'm going to allow Daryl Moore to ask any question that he have. I can't speak for Daryl Moore. Daryl Moore can speak for himself. I'm going to open up the floor to Daryl Moore to address Bishop Jordan. Bishop Jordan, the Daryl Moore.
Yeah. How you doing, Daryl?
How you doing?
Now you're the one with the cigar, right?
Yep.
Okay. I've seen some shows. Okay.
So let me just preface what I'm about to say to you and ask.
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading the chat all night, and there are some people that don't particularly care for me because I'm like Peter in the Bible. I cuss, but my heart is good.
Okay.
And some people are very judgmental about me because I do certain things that they don't consider churchy. But if God can use Noah and he can use David, he surely can use me too. And they drunkenness and whatever else you can think of in the Bible. None of us is perfect. Nobody got nails in their feet or their hands and their sides not pierced. So we're not in a position to pass judgment. That's my opinion. I just have a few questions for you. And the main one that's been sticking with me. I interviewed a guy by the name of Jimmy Battles. And he's, from what I understand, he's friends with your son. And there was an audio recording that I played a while back, a couple of years ago. And you were on that audio. And you asked Jimmy, what is it that you want? Because it was pertaining to what he said that George Bloomer did to him when he was a young man. And you asked him, what is it that you want? As if he was, because you had this prophetic college thing going on at the time. And for this allegation to come out, it would have shed a bad light on what you were trying to do. Not something that you did, but somebody that you were doing business with. And it came off to me like you were saying, well, hey, what is it that you want? As if he'd have said a dollar amount, then that dollar amount would have been given to him to make him go away. Can you clear that up for me? That's the first question.
Sure, I'm glad you brought that up. If I remember, that happened in about 2017 or so. Feels like
19. It was 19 because that's when I started.
Okay, 2019, right? Okay, so it was about a year or two before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Something came up, and there was this situation with an allegation for a situation. Somehow we were on a speakerphone with whatever the situation, because it's coming vaguely to me. And I remember during that time, I would oftentimes ask people stuff like, what do you want in this situation? Now that we've gotten this out, what is it that will make you whole? What is it that will bring about wholeness here? What is it that you want? Mm-hmm. And we had this with another pastor that had a situation, which was a young pastor. Well, they both were young. And I brought him in the back row and says, what is it that you want? What is the situation here between? I mean, they were like getting ready to go to blows. Mm-hmm. It says, well, I loaned him $300 and he didn't get it back to me. I says, all of this is over $300? I said, let's get the $300 taken care of right here. I says, your hug. And then it was no more issue. And I think a lot of times people are bringing up these type of things because I don't know what it was, some kind of allegations that was made.
I'll tell you. Would you like for me to tell you so that we could take away all the mystery? Here it is.
Sure.
Jimmy Battles made some accusations that there were certain things that were done to him and another young man by the name of Michael Tripp. They made some accusations towards George Bloomer, and George Bloomer and you guys were on that phone call with Larry, and there were certain things that were said on the audio that raised a lot of red flags for a lot of people. Now, whether I believe, and this is, I'll use the word alleged for this particular situation, that it was sexual in nature. And so when Jimmy Battles was having this conversation with George Bloomer, and throughout that course, Larry made statements, and then you came with the question as to what is it that you want, or what are you trying to get out of it, or whatever. And that is what Daryl is alluding to.
Yes, so that's and I asked that with anything like, what would make you whole? What is the situation that is happening here? Mm-hmm. And when I was listening to the show here, and they were saying all kind of stuff, and I says, my wife said to me, says, Bishop, you don't have to go in there. I said, nah, let me go. I said, let me go on here.
Thank you for being man enough to do it, first of all.
Well,
thank you.
I felt like it could make it whole, because just one side, it was just like, it's just noise. We get the music going here. And as a result, I want to thank you and your audience because a lot of the noise have calmed down. You know, I didn't say anybody's belief has changed. It kind of now you can see a full lens. And so that's what I meant with that part there. It wasn't like anyone confessed to me, because that is not what I got out of that, because then that would have to become something else. If they told me, said, yeah, I did. Okay, I says, well, then somebody needs to report to authorities. And we have people around here that are mandated reporters, you know. So that would be the situation there. So that's where, you know, I would be at. And that's language that my people will hear, my people around me hear. What would make you whole? Are you whole? Are you complete? What would make you complete? What will make you whole? Because we want you to leave complete.
I'm gonna let Daryl go, but Bishop Jordan, that's one of the reasons why we need to talk privately. I don't try to lambaste people or have a got you moment online. So we would have to have a conversation. I can go in a little bit more detail so to give you the full picture, but I don't want to do that online. Okay, so we can have that conversation. But go ahead, Daryl.
All right. Bishop Jordan and to the people in the chat that have a problem with me asking questions, I have earned the right.
I know that's right.
Tonight, with all, even Bishop Jordan knows what I've been through the last couple of years. Everybody, I've earned the right to have this opportunity.
Yes.
And I'm going to take advantage of it.
All right.
Now,
next question.
Next question. There was a statement, and I'm a straight shooter. I'm gonna ask you because I'm going to the source. I saw you on a video where you made the statement. I want you to put it in context because I don't misquote anybody. Where you said it wasn't molestation, it was exploration, and then the people on the panel started laughing.
That would have been you and Larry. Go ahead. I don't pull no punches. It was him and Larry.
I can't say certain things. And
no, I'll say it. But let me just say this. Let me set this up so you understand, Bishop Jordan. And then we're going to go to another question, Daryl. So get ready because I'm going to do this real quick. We got to move this we got to move quick. Here's the thing. Bishop Jordan, there was a statement made at the time that Daryl Moore and Larry was going through a situation that he came on your platform and you guys were having this conversation. And it seemed as if you guys were having this conversation knowing the surroundings, and it could be true. You may not have known that he was going through this with Daryl or whatever, but you made a statement and you guys were laughing. And a lot of us on the outside were looking in going, well, this is odd. And the timing of this is odd because they're going through a situation where they're talking about some alleged things that have happened. And you guys were on a platform saying, oh, it's not molestation, it's exploration. And you guys were laughing. And that caused Daryl's, antennas to go up. And a lot of us, even the people in the chat, our antennas went through the roof. So were you aware of what was going on? That's the first question. And then if you were not aware of the question or the situation, I want to move on and let Daryl ask another question.
Yeah, I definitely was not aware of this.
He wasn't aware. Right.
And I'm still not aware of the situation because that's not something I don't even remember this type of stuff coming up in terms of, details and stuff like that or situation. I mean, I would not, the prophet, when the prophet speaks, the prophet becomes a voice for the voiceless. And we never want to begin to allow a person that's been victimized in any way like this. This is not a funny thing or a comical thing. So I did not understand that as the context. And,
well, you don't need to go any further, Bishop. That's enough said because we've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Go ahead, Daryl. You got any more questions? Anything else?
Just one more for now. Were you aware of what I was accused of doing and what I was going through? Were you aware of that?
No.
Were you aware of the three accusers, the three alleged victims?
No, I am not aware of it. And that's why I remember getting a text from you asking me a question. And I said, I don't think I even responded to it because I thought like, whoa, what is this here? So I am not aware of that at all. That's not something that was brought to me is not
Mhm.
something that was explained to me.
Mhm.
Um,
So you never saw the interviews that I did?
no, I haven't.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
All right. Now, with that being said, let me address a couple of things while you're still here.
Mhm.
I actually don't mind having hard conversations, and I don't ever want any pastor, bishop, any person to feel that coming up on my platform is going to get you lambasted. I want you to understand, even though I may vehemently disagree with some of the practices and things that are being done, we can have a discussion about at that. But I want you to be prepared, and I don't want it to be a got you moment. So if you're willing and you have the ability to come back, you're more than welcome to come back. But I want you to know it will be a different atmosphere. It will be a different conversation. And then I can really get to the questions that I want to ask. I wanted to let you know, and I'm gonna be frank. You created a monster with this dude. Okay. I think
Which
giving Larry Reid,
Larry?
you created a monster, because I knew years ago that his whole scheme and plan was to get as close to your ministry as he could. Now, this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. Just my opinion. To get as close to your ministry as he could, so he could figure out how you do what you do, and that he was going to take it, and then he was going to work it in himself, and he was then going to go off to try and duplicate whatever it is that you're doing. It's the same bat channel, same bat station, and it looks to me as if he's trying to mimic, in my opinion, everything that you're doing. So you created a monster in that aspect. So if anything, because I do know you're going to therapy, and I do go every now and then myself, Bishop. So let me tell you this. You need to have a conversation with your therapist as to how this situation transpired and how you let this man get that close to you to do this, because this just doesn't happen. Okay. This stuff has to be somewhat invited into your life and invited into your space. And for somebody to come out now and all of a sudden now he wants to expose you.
Yeah, and see, and that's why. But you know what? In leading, whosoever will, let them come. And we pray that people keep their transformation, go through what they've got to go through, and come to what they need to come to.
Mhm.
Saul of Tarsus was killing church folks. But you know what? He got the Ananias and Sapphira, got filled with the Holy Ghost. We don't know which individual that may be the worst person on earth, that may be the greatest victor for the cross. And so.
Well, sir, here's the thing. I
One
think the
quick-
heat and the
one-
pressure only. Go ahead, Daryl.
Let me get one quick thing in. Because people accuse me of going old news. I'm gonna go current news.
Uh-oh.
Do you feel that at some point you're gonna be dragged into this TD Jakes lawsuit, you and your son? Because there have been a lot of lies put out there about you. I just want to get your opinion.
No, I don't see where there's be any connection with that at all.
Because there's been hints dropped that you might have been the mastermind behind a lot of stuff.
Nah.
Like I said, Bishop Jordan, I like to go to the source. I don't like
Daryl,
to
you
deal in
froze.
rumors.
Is everybody froze? Okay.
No.
So I like to go to the source and ask.
No, we have nothing to do with that. A matter of fact, I believe we already shared the story. During that time, my son was away from me for those 6 years. So all that happened while he was away from me. And then he recently returned just a few years ago. And that was part of the healing process. There's still stuff that my son have not talked to me about in that situation. And when I've asked, he just says, Dad, I just don't want to talk about it. So we don't talk about it. And then he gets triggered if anybody brings that up with them. And he's in therapy as a result of it. It put me in a very tough spot again with the family because this is my son.
Right. I can understand that.
Right. Yeah. And people have used it as a moment to talk about it. And should it be a conversation? I suggested to my son, he did not go that route. I said, perhaps you should make a ministry out of that, I said there'll be a lot of individuals that may have felt like they have similar situations, and it could become a movement, son. I says, maybe this is God's calling you to a movement. And he looked at me and he says, nah, I think I'm going to just stay in the lane where I'm at. So that was a very trying time for our family. Like now this is. So,
Right.
so we get one blow after another. And like I say, I'm the patriarch of the family. This year would be 46 years that I'm married, 5 children, 12 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild. I think I deserve the right to be called Dr. Jordan or Bishop Jordan, like Maya Angelou. Someone said, Maya. And she says, baby, I'm old enough to be your grandmother. I deserve the right to be called Miss Angelou. And if we don't start respecting the elders in our community, we will have no community.
Now, can I to that? I get what you're saying, but I think one of the ways that, and this is something I wish all pastors, bishops, preachers, apostles, intergalactic, whatever they may be, understand. Normally, those things are done because you're in communication and relationship with people, and there's history. If I don't know a person, I don't initially have the understanding of calling you by whatever title or whatever you want to be called. Normally, those things are nurtured in relationship. And when you know, and our generation and what we've seen, Bishop, and this is something y'all got to understand. A lot of people have the title of bishop. A lot of people have the title of apostle and all of this stuff. But it's a, you know, it's not nurtured by relationship, and therefore they get the responses that they get. I appreciate you, Bishop, coming up and giving me your thoughts. It is 2 hours and 35 minutes. If anybody knows me, I don't go this long. I gave Daryl, I gave the commenters, I gave everybody as long as I can, because I do have a life, y'all. I have stuff to do.
Well, Marcellus, you know, I feel honored that I'm already changing you already.
Oh, yes, you are. 2 hours and 35 minutes.
I'm honestly glad that I finally got to talk to you, because when I sent the text message, I just wanted to talk to you. Yeah. And I still want to talk to you privately, because there's things I don't think should be out on the internet. Yeah. And I just want to ask some heart-to-heart questions, whether you answer them or not. I just want to talk to you, man to man.
And you know what, Daryl? That day will happen probably more sooner than later.
All right.
And any way I can be of a support to a community, especially for emotional wholeness or wellness, I'm here to cover the community. I love Black people. I love our Dr. Matthew Stevenson. You know, a month went by, 2 months. Now we're 12 months. I don't know how much more I could really give for it not to be abuse.
I'm gonna end on this. I got to get out of here, y'all. Okay, here we go.
I love you.
Bishop Jordan, let me say this. Matthew Stevenson has been robbed, according to the court case between him and that other preacher, about $500,000. That man took $500,000. It could be. I'm not saying that this is the way that it is, but in my mind, I'm thinking maybe one of the reasons why he's unable to pay is because he's been robbed. And maybe that might be part of the process. And a lot of the pastors that were under the ANWA situation, and you might know more than me, so that's why I said it may be a different situation. But a lot of those pastors have stepped away from the ANWA denomination, and you know how that works behind the scenes. So maybe that might have been a situation that was affecting him and his ability to pay. But I do know if you in church for over a year and you raising offerings for over a year, you getting some money.
But not like church offerings have fell by 40% in the last couple of years. This is just the reality. And listen, this is another show. And
I will have you back on, and you'll be more than happy to share your thoughts on that. I don't mind. But I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna keep Daryl up. I'm gonna give y'all, the rest of y'all who I know are mad as all get out at me, I'm gonna give y'all 15 more minutes. So you better hit the link and hit it now. And I will let you come up and say whatever your piece is. You don't have to like me. You can be as angry as you want to be. but just hit the link, make it quick, because I'm gonna give y'all 15 more minutes of my time, and I'm out of here. So thank you for coming up, and hopefully we'll see you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll call you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, Daryl Moore. Now listen here, sir. You did very good. I'm very proud of you, sir. I'm very
I
proud
have
of
home
you.
training. I got home training. I was raised by 2 church folk.
You know they don't believe we have any home training, Daryl.
Yeah,
They are,
but
wait.
okay.
Now let me let me
me-
address some of you people in this here comment section.
Y'all can kiss my ass. That's what I got to say. Y'all can kiss my ass. All you holy rollers that are up here judging me about smoking cigars and I got my fraternity symbol on the wall and my Masonic symbol on the wall. Oh, you can't serve 2 masters. You can serve my ass. That's what you can serve. All you holy rollers that are so holier than thou, you can kiss my ass where it don't shine it. That's what you can do. I've been holding that shit in all night. You better be glad you're over here with him, because I will light your ass up like this cigar.
All right, KG.
And I double dare you to come up in my chat with that bullshit.
Can you say something, Cease? I need to see you say something. Hey,
can you hear me?
I can hear you, KG. Go ahead.
Listen, this was really good. I just wanted to let you know this was really good.
What did y'all think Daryl was gonna say? Daryl mad.
Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Y'all playing with fire.
Go ahead, KG. I'm sorry.
I'll make your ancestors feel it.
So yeah, what I was saying was this was really good, and I am happy that Bishop Jordan decided to hit the link. He was in these YouTube streets.
Hey, he had balls. Hey, I gotta give him credit. He had balls to come up, so I appreciate him.
And what I liked about him when he said Larry 3 times, he let it be known, I'm not afraid. What can you do? This man is 66? And you're threatening him about exposing him. He's been married to his wife 46 years. What are you gonna say that you think is gonna break that? Right. What can you say?
I don't know what Larry's motive operandi is. As I told y'all before Bernard came up here, I told y'all that I think Larry's just mad and he's pissed off at St. James because St. James got his spot. Now let me just say this before I go to Gerald. Let me tell y'all why I chose to handle the conversation the way I did. If you all think that I am crazy enough to have him on my platform and just go ham on the man, then you don't know me very well and you haven't followed my platform long enough. I am an intelligent individual who can speak. So these are conversations that I will have with him privately so that he won't feel uncomfortable or lambasted by coming up here. I want everybody to know everybody is welcome to come here, even if you disagree with me. That includes you. I'm one of the only few vloggers who puts out the link and tells you all to come up, even when you don't agree. So either you're going to understand what I'm trying to tell you, or you're not. We're not going to make headway to get these people to understand how we think and how the culture has shifted if the only thing that we do is fight. It's never going to work, you all. And my goal here is to get him to understand. I understand the faith and I understand the culture. And these preachers they don't understand. They may have a good understanding of the faith, but they don't have an understanding of the culture. And that's where we're missing the mark. Go ahead. I'm gonna go with you, Gerald, because Gerald is a hoot. And I know you will have some words. Go, Gerald. Go, Gerald.
Well, I heard a 7-year live told, and I saw it in person. This is funny. It's hilarious. 7-year live. No, he never. He said, I don't recall of saying. He was there for 7 years. He made fun. That's why I kept putting in the chat. You made fun of Jimmy Battles. Then you turn around and y'all made fun of Chopper's the molestation, because actually where that came from, it wasn't molestation, it was exploration, was dealing with scrotum sniffers lied about being molested. That's what that was about. Right. So you've been knowing this the whole time. I'm surprised that y'all didn't lambaste him because.
So let me ask you this, Gerald. Let me ask you this, because see, this is why I said I will have a conversation with him offline, because he said that he was not fully aware of the context of everything that was happening around there. That's what the man said. Now, I'm just repeating what the man said.
Okay, well let me repeat back to you, because we was all watching this in 2019. I remember when you came on in 2019 when this started. So in 2019, all of this happened around the same time. So how was you not aware of it? You're full of crap.
Good question, and I can't give you an answer to that. I'm going to Antonio, my good friend. Now, let me tell you something about this gentleman that's about to talk on this screen. I've known Antonio for, oh my God, Antonio. We've known each other for now, how long? Maybe about 14 years now?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Can I tell him what happened? You mind if I tell him real quick what happened between you and I, or you don't want me to tell?
It don't matter.
Okay, let me tell you. Antonio and I have been friends for years and years and years and years and years. When I had to tell the truth about something over there about Larry, Antonio felt that I was attacking a certain person in Larry's camp. Antonio and I haven't spoken for years. In the last couple of months, Antonio and I have come back and we've had great conversations. Now, this is what men do. If we have a disagreement, no matter how long the time, the span of time comes, you come back together and you have a conversation and you hash it out and you get an understanding. I understand where Antonio was coming from and he understood where I was coming from. The thing is, you all, a lot of these situations come to divide all of us. And there's always a whole bunch of distance that ends up coming between all of us because of some old foolishness. And I don't care what nobody say. All of this is foolishness. It is just straight up foolishness. Now, Antonio, he's my brother from a different mother. I love Antonio, known Antonio for years. He's a good man. He's a good brother, hardworking brother. Antonio, you have the floor. Some of you have never seen Antonio on this platform, but he's followed me and I followed Antonio for years. So we've known each other for a very long time. You got the floor, Antonio. Go for it.
Hey, first of all, I love you too, brother. Real quick, I'll be real quick for real. I cut my teeth on a lot of you. You've been very instrumental. The church folk revolution, all of that, everything from tithing, y'all opened up my eyes to so much scriptural stuff that I wasn't getting from church. Now, all I'm going to say is this. Master Bernard, Prophet Jordan, whatever, anybody. Luke 8:11 says the seed is the word of God. You go on Zoe Ministries website right now, you can put in your birth date and get a free prophecy. Now, show me in the Bible where prophecy was on demand. Even when Jeremiah was inquired of the people, he had to wait, I think it was 10 days before he got a word. So you can anybody that even acts like your Father in heaven who loves you and died for you is on tap like beer. That's a lie. That's a whole lie. I don't care what he sees. Deuteronomy 13 says, if a wonder can come to pass, a prophetic word can come to pass, but God was doing it to test the people to see who their allegiance was to. So I don't care if it's Bernard Jordan, Juanita Bonham, Matthew Stevenson, run for your damn lives. That's all I got to say.
All right, Antonio, I appreciate you, brother. All right, Gerald, go for it.
Oh, I thought I was gonna let Daryl go ahead, but like I said, I just seen a bunch of snakes talking. I saw a snake talk earlier and a snake talk this evening, so that's all I saw. A bunch of snakes, because I think it's funny.
Well, hold on, Gerald. All of you that follow me and that are faithful to this platform, I want y'all to understand something coming from my heart. Y'all understand, I don't just do this just to be talking. I'm doing this to move the pendulum. We have to go from just having the conversation to having the conversation with folks so that they can understand. They're supposed to understand the times and the seasons in which we live. The reason why the offerings are down, the reason why the church is suffering, there is a reason for it. They're not willing to hear it. They keep even when you try to tell them, sometimes they make excuses because I don't know. I think they think we're stupid or something. I don't know. But there's a reason for it. So, Gerald, we have to be able and willing to have these types of conversations. And I told y'all for a very long time, we're going to have those conversations over here and they're going to get hard. But I don't want for you all to be so immature that y'all can't stick with me and go through the process with me because you just want me to lamb blast everybody. I can't lamb blast everybody. I have to give people space and room to have the conversation. Now, Gerald, I love you for who you are and your jokes. And I know you're appreciative of the platform and me as well. So I'm with you.
All I'm gonna say is this, but he supposed to been the master prophet. He supposed to been able to see this. And I'm gone.
I can't with y'all. Go ahead, Gerald. Go ahead, Daryl. You here, sir. Go ahead, Daryl. Well, y'all know the prophets can't see everything. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to give kudos to you and Daryl. You guys did a masterful job in interviewing him. And, I have mad respect for Master Prophet, Soothsayer, whoever, Bernard Jordan for coming on and speaking his mind. But I just want to end on these two scriptures, 1 John 4:1. Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. And then Matthew 7:15, watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. I say all that to say, I've been following Bernard Jordan for like the last 15 and 20 years. I get that he's dealing with stuff, but at the end of the day, he has to attest to God the things that he has done down through the years with these so-called prophecies. I'm going to end it at that.
Well, wait a minute, Daryl. Maybe he will come back on. I want to talk to him behind the scenes first because I don't want him to feel attacked.
Absolutely.
And then I want him to, and then we can ask him those types of questions because most of these people they're not bold enough to come and have the conversation. I will sit here, I will ask him the questions, but I don't want him to feel attacked. That's the only reason why I didn't do it tonight, because y'all know how I was at the beginning of this show. I'm hot.
And I respect that. And I think that you did a good job because you don't want anybody to feel attacked, especially if you're coming on your platform. But I also feel like one can be the same. The same thing when you're talking about Charlie Kirk can be a lot of things, but it can also be something else. Bernard Jordan can come up and be man and listen to what we have to say. But at the end of the day, he still has to atone for the tactics that he has done in the name of God.
Well, maybe he has never been. Maybe he's never had someone to ask him the types of questions that I'm going to have to him. I bought the book. I'm one of the few people that bought the daggum book and done read the book. People laugh when I bring the book out, but y'all do understand I read the stuff, so I have questions, and I think I have a right to ask the questions. And I think if he's man enough to have the conversation, we'll have the conversation. Monique, go for it. Y'all got a few more minutes. Go. So y'all better go because I'm tired. It's 3 hours, and y'all know I don't do this.
We used to do 4 and 5 hours.
No, that was you and us. That was man. Go ahead, Monique. Please say something. Monique, you got about now I can. You got about 3 of these things up here on this screen, Monique. Who did I just let?
I just exited out, trying to come back. I'm almost, man, Marcellus. I've been following you for a long time, and I'm just seeing that you're shifting. I'm seeing that you're not.
How we shift? How am I shifting? Am I just?
Go ahead. I feel that because you had the source there. You had the source there. And you did not ask the questions that we all want to know. And I was texting you on Facebook.
Oh, were you? Because I try to concentrate on the show. I didn't see the text messages.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, while he over there trying to shift the blame on Larry, well, hold on. Like, what wasn't you his mentor? Wasn't you his stuff? Like,
well, Monique, can you give me the benefit of the doubt of what I just told you?
Man, stay, Marcellus. We did do this, bro.
Hold on. No, hold on.
Okay, all right.
Can I at least have the conversation with him so that we can get to all of those questions that we
I know he was a surprise. Right.
Well, first of all, I'm sure he was surprised by the Rosalind Ween question. I tried to ask that because, of course, we were all thinking that. Daryl asked his questions. You guys, Rome cannot be conquered in a day. I cannot ask every single question that we all want now.
But I do want to say, when he was answering those questions. I kept trying to tell you, like, no, bro, ask him this, ask him this, and he trying to blip this, like shift this blame on Larry. Hey man, said we know Larry ain't worth the doggone. We
Well, you
know
heard,
it.
but you heard what I told him. He built Larry. He has to take ownership for some of what Larry
Yeah,
is doing. He built him.
yeah, yeah. But in the conversation, it was kind of like, you know, like he kind of to me got off on it, and then he want to come off on this nonsense. But you created that monster.
Yeah, I agree.
You
And
created it.
Monique, you need to fix you got to fix your phone. Your phone's going wiki
All
wacky.
right, cause I'm
Uh,
I'm heated right now. I'm so heated
okay.
right
Well, first
now.
of all, I'm sure some of you are upset with me that I didn't get into
No,
the
I
weeds of it.
okay. I will say this. I will say this. I am upset with you because no, no, it's okay. It is okay. It
Okay.
is okay. We have history. We'll get through it. We all right. We all right.
And
I
I
will
told y'all
say,
we're gonna have these days. Did I not tell y'all we're
yeah,
gonna have days where y'all gonna be pissed
yeah.
off
I'm
at me? I told
upset
y'all that.
because I felt you had the source there.
Yeah, but I can't ask the source every single question. Truth Seeker, you are live on the Mad Church Disease podcast. Is this my friend Truth Seeker, or which Truth Seeker is this? There's a lot of Truth Seekers.
Well, well, Marcellus, first, good evening to everybody. But
Good evening.
I mean, I guess I consider you a friend. You don't really know me. I've been following Daryl since day one, since he
Okay.
used to do the open letters to everybody.
Okay.
But I don't believe uh, Bishop Jordan is a true prophet. I don't. Never have, never will, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. Just based off of what I read in scripture and the examples that
And
scripture
I'm
gives,
sure he's
he's
heard
not
that
one of them.
before. I'm sure he's heard it before. And I didn't want to go into those things yet because I wanted him to be able to answer those in an environment was more conducive to just talking about that stuff. This was, you
I
understand what I'm saying?
totally, yeah, I get
Okay.
that.
I got
But my main point is because I was at work today and I seen Pearl went live and he had Mr. Breadbasket on the show,
you.
and he was, hey, real quick, Daryl, I'm the one who sent you that one picture, and that's all I'll say. I think you know what it is based off of what I just said. But he had him on the show, and he continues to use this word, the I word, integrity. If I could have asked him one question, I would ask him, well, maybe not one, but one question in the form of many, I guess. Where was the integrity he had for Bishop Cousins?
Ooh.
There was no integrity there at all.
Ooh.
All he did was he took Andrea Garrison's word because he
Correct.
thought he was going to get a
Okay.
big payday from her. And then when he found out he wasn't getting a payday from her, he kicked her.
Uh-oh, we lost him. We lost you, sir. Truth Seeker, you're gonna have to come back. But that's a valid point, Daryl. That's a valid point, Daryl. I mean, that's a valid point because he always throwing out this integrity word. And if you all believe that Larry has integrity, that's on you. That's your opinion. My opinion is something else. I don't believe Larry has Larry has the integrity of an empty bucket. One of them old rusty buckets that back in the day when we lived in the South, we put on the back porch, that your mama might have put the mop in to use when she was going to mop the floor on certain days. She didn't even like the bucket, the way the bucket looked. She kept it on the outside of the house, that bucket. So yeah, that's the kind of integrity Larry has, that bucket.
So can I ask you a question,
Sure.
Marcellus?
Go right ahead and ask me.
Why do you keep always putting stuff on Larry? Trust me, Larry is the scum of the earth. I honestly believe it.
Well, that was what the show was about.
But
Oh, go ahead.
in
Mhm.
okay, in every stuff, it's like when you talk, you don't. It's like it's always like Larry, but it's never this prophet that has sold us lies. Well, not me, thank God, because I didn't sign up for it. But it's not Bishop Bernard. You know, he taught Larry how to do what Larry know how to do, only to find out Larry played his game. You know,
Well, I think, let me tell you something, Monique. I think that me telling him what I told him tonight may have been something that might have struck a chord with him, and he may be able to think about that and process that at another time. And so I got you on that, Monique. I'm gonna give you guys 5 more minutes. So if you want to come up, please hurry up because we had 2 hours and 58 minutes, and I'm gonna go private live. We're gonna go right into our private live, right? So don't go nowhere. So for all of y'all members who talking about you want me to go private, I'm gonna go to a private live, and then I'm gonna have a conversation with y'all privately during this private live. So and I don't think I'm gonna be giving you guys no whole bunch of time either, just so y'all know. But we'll do the private live right after here. So hit the button if you're gonna hit the button. But I want y'all to understand something. I want to give an environment to where people can come up, and even if they vehemently disagree with us, that they feel comfortable enough to come up here. Yeah, we're going to have some intense times of fellowship. I done told y'all that, but I don't want you guys. I want you guys to be mature enough to know that when these people come, we can be respectful and disagree without being rude, mean, obnoxious, etc., etc. Now, y'all know how I feel about Bernard Jordan. I made myself clear. That is no secret. I don't hide from it. I don't run from it. But I would like for him to understand that and get an understanding of why I believe that, so that he can understand that I'm not attacking him, but there are reasons for that. And then we can go into it and talk about it from that aspect. But that's just the way I approach life, you all, and I approach people in situations. I try not to be that dude. I want everybody to feel like that they could come up and have the conversation. Go ahead, Daryl. You're on mute. We can't even hear you. Oh, and my friend Regina's here. Thank you, Regina. Did you come to pray for me and anoint my head with oil? Lord, Regina. Go ahead, Daryl.
I actually did. I came to pray. Let me let Daryl go ahead and talk.
Yeah, let Daryl go.
Let me clear something up for the people in the chat. Marcellus, and I'm not speaking for him, but I'm just saying, so you get the difference between the two of us, because a lot of people are like, why are you associating with Daryl? And then people ask me, why are you associating with Marcellus? Marcellus is his own man. I'm my own man. Marcellus does the church stuff. As you know, he does church stuff. I'm known as the heathen, so I do street stuff. Together, we work well. People don't like that. That's fine. This internet is really big. If you don't like me or you don't like Marcellus, find somebody else that you do like. But don't come in our chat saying, offering, oh, I don't like what you just said. I don't like what you're doing. If that's fine, you have a right to not like us. But go somewhere else. We're not bothering you. You came to see us. We didn't come to see you. So get out your feelings. Either you want to hear what we got to say or you don't. And it's just that simple. And I
got you.
If you don't love me,
right. I appreciate you too, Daryl. Daryl is his own man. Here we go. Regina, did you come up here to anoint my head with oil? Because my cup runneth over.
Listen, I got the overflow. I got the overflow for you.
Go for it. Well, first of all, Regina, what did you think? Because that was a surprise to me, so I wasn't expecting. We was over 2 hours already when the man showed up. So y'all know I'm tired. I go an hour and 30 minutes. That'd be my max. We approaching 3 hours. I'm so tired and hungry. So I'm just trying to, move things along. But what did you think, Regina? Was it okay? Did I do okay?
Well, I'll say this. I'm going to have to go back and watch the rest of it. I caught a portion of it when I came in the chats. Had a little bit before, but I was actually spending tonight with my daughter. And we were watching some late night shows and stuff like that so I can catch up on my mommy-daughter time. And then I came in the room and my husband was listening to you. And I was like, oh, let me, see what's going on and so forth. But I'll catch. But what I did catch, I did hear Bernard Jordan, Bishop Bernard Jordan. I'm sorry. I believe he wants to be called by his title, Bishop Bernard Jordan.
Lord, no, he's okay. It's okay. His name's Bernard. It's on his birth certificate. Let's go, Regina. The Lord have mercy. These people.
All of this that's going on. I just wanted to come on panel to check on my friend. I wanted to make sure that you are good. And you know I do this. You know I call you, I inbox you, I
Yes, you
text
do.
you. I wanted to just come on here, like you said, and just pray. Because I said, before Marcellus close this out, let me just come up here and pray for my friend
Well,
and for everybody that's affected by this.
I'm gonna definitely let you pray, Monique. I'm gonna take you down here. Let me just say this as we get ready to close out, you all. I'm going live, so just understand you don't have to go nowhere if you're a member. It's gonna bring you right over to the membership. Regina, I'm gonna give you. You got 5 minutes, and this is gonna then turn into a private live. We got 5 minutes until it switches. So go ahead and pray for us, and then I'm gonna get in this private chat, and then I'm gonna have my thoughts in the private. Tasha Global, I need to see you tonight in my private live too, so we need to have a conversation. But go ahead, Regina.
I appreciate you.
Pray us out.
Let's go. Father, I come to you in the name of your son, Jesus. Lord God, I thank you for this moment. You already knew this moment would take place, Lord God. So, Father, what the enemy may have meant for evil, Lord God, I pray today that you turn it around for good. Lord, all the conversations that need to take place, all the conversations that have taken place, Lord God, you knew that they would come forth. Now, Father, I pray that you would use these conversations to build good, Lord God. Block the enemy and their divisive plans that they may have, Lord God. Use this message today to strengthen each other, Father God. Strengthen the people, Lord God. Even when the enemy wanted this to be a place of division, Lord God, let this bring about unity in places that the enemy never thought would come. Father, use this opportunity today, Lord God, to bring forth goodness, Father God, where the enemy thought would be evil. I pray again for my friend Marcellus right now and the work that he's doing, Lord God. I ask that you continue to bless his platform. Continue, Father God, to let it be a light, Father God. And I also want to thank you, Lord God, for all the people that came up on panel, all the ones that were in the comment section, Lord. Let them leave from this platform with a form of love, Father God, not hate. We build up love on this platform. And Father, though we may disagree, we can do it lovingly and still have the conversation. So, Father, again, I thank you for this platform that Marcellus has. And I pray that he will have a wonderful, wonderful evening. His rest tonight will be peaceful. He will get plenty of sleep and rise tomorrow strengthened and enlightened and with joy. And I ask this in your son Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. I love you all.
I love you as well. True Seeker came back. True Seeker. Normally I don't do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you like 2 more minutes. You got 2 minutes because this is gonna turn into a private live. So if you guys want to hear some more of my thoughts, come on, you can come into private live. What did you want to say, True Seeker, to close us out? Oh, he's gone. Did he leave? Okay. True Seeker, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you. Is he on a delay? Oh no, that's me and you, Daryl. I'm talking about this True Seeker. He came back up. Okay.
My phone died, so
can you hear us, True Seeker? Can you hear us? Oh Lord, True Seeker, come on. This is the Daryl. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, True Seeker. Well, we closing out. Listen, if you guys don't have a membership, please grab yourself a membership because I got a whole lot more I really wanted to say about some other stuff. But we'll talk in the private live because y'all know I don't hold nothing back, and I would have said it publicly, but we had a guest because y'all know I'm not going private just so I can talk because I'll talk publicly. But you know,
get a membership, Marcellus.
Yeah, it's just you. There should be a link. One of the moderators will put a link in the chat for you guys. There's a join button right next to something on here. I don't even know how to tell y'all to do it. It's over there somewhere. It says join. There's a join button right next to the name. If you on your computer, it says join. You hit the join button and you get your membership. And so that'll get that. And I appreciate every single one of you. Hey, Jesus, and Jesus is now a member. Thank you, Jesus. But you guys come on in and we're gonna have a conversation. I just want y'all to understand. I don't hate anybody. I don't even hate Larry. It's impossible for me to hate because, to be honest with you, I'm displeased by a lot of stuff. But I don't hate these people. I know one thing. Larry's full of it. And I know one thing. Bernard Jordan needs to understand what's going on around him. I don't think he understands what's going. Either he's oblivious or he's just got his head in the sand. But he doesn't understand what's around him. And I think that's part of the problem, too. You know. I do. I think it's part of the problem. I think Daryl's questions, he wanted to ask them. You know, we had more time. We would have asked more questions, but I wanted excuse me, to ask them in a respectful manner. I'm not going to be rude. That's not who I am, you all. Y'all know that. Now, I talk a lot of smack, but when we have our conversations with folks, I'm very respectful, and y'all should know that by now. And if you didn't know that about my platform, you're going to learn it today. Because I'll talk to him offline first, and then we'll bring him online to ask him the hard questions about the prophecies, the written prophecies. We'll talk about the prophecies that folks say the robo call, all that other stuff. We'll have those conversations because these are things that I think will help him get his, because he